Quickly, we will move to the center where we have Amin Wagle with the toss.
Welcome once again. It's toss time here at the Oman Cricket Academy ACC T20 Premier Cup 2024 for the men's here. And of course, to my left are the men who matter the most. To my extreme left is going to be under the watchful eye of ACC official Mr. Shahid. And then, of course, representing Malaysia is going to be Virandeep Singh, and Qatar is going to be represented by Mohammad Tanveer. Virandeep, the home team today from Malaysia, who has the coin? All right, Tanveer, congratulations on winning the toss. What would you like to do?
Inshallah, we bowl first because the weather is good for bowling, so that's why we choose bowling.
All right, fine. Do well today. Congratulations. Right, the news from the toss center is that Qatar have won the toss and they'll be looking to bowl first.
On the overcast conditions day, it is Qatar that have won the toss and they have elected to bowl first. Let's quickly have a look at the sides. Ahmed Fayaz, Virandeep Singh, Syed Aziz, Vijay Unni, Mohammad Azim, Sharwin, Nazmus Saqib, the wicketkeeper, Pawandeep Singh, Ahmed Akil, Mohammad Waqif, Kizar Hayat. That's the Malaysian side. And for the Qatar, it is Mohammad Tanveer, the captain, Himanshu Rathore, Musawar Shah, Kamran Khan. Look out for him. Yes, he was taken apart, but he will come in with confidence today. Amir Farooq, Saqlain Arshad, Mohammad Ahnaf, Mohammad Ikramullah, Mohammad Irshad, Gayan Budika, Shahzeb Jamil, the wicketkeeper, to round it up for Qatar. And it's going to be a cracker of a game. Alongside me, Jamil Zaidi, the senior statesman here at Oman. What do you think of the match? What do you make of it? Overcast conditions, clouds have a role to play. Qatar will have the early advantage, but we saw Oman making the most of it, batting first. What do you think of it?
Good morning. Yes, it will be a crunch game today. Malaysia has got thrilling victory against Saudi the day before, and of course Qatar also lost to UAE. So it will be another crunching game we have in this T20 Men's Premier Cup match at the Oman Cricket Academy ground 2 today. Formidable side, Malaysia came back strongly in the match against Saudi Arab. Though the score didn't score a good score, but whatever score, above 140, 46 they've scored, they managed to get victory from the hands of Saudis.
Yes, this is a different kind of a match. The previous game between Oman was more of a shortened format, 11 overs a side. And on this occasion, it's 18 overs a side, so batters will have a little bit of time to play themselves in. Believe the power play wouldn't have affected a lot. And that's where Malaysia will be able to work things out. They will have time to take an analysis of the situation. Mohammad Amir Azim is the one who is going to be taking the strike for Malaysia. And alongside him, it's going to be the captain himself, Virandeep Singh. Such a talent, Jamil bhai, Virandeep Singh. He's one of the premium players for Malaysia. Did get score in the first match, second match, dismissed off a duck. And now, in this third game, he will be facing the likes of Amir Farooq, the left-arm pacer. He can be nippy, he can be a skiddy customer. He is going to be asking some good questions with the weather to his side.
Well, Virandeep Singh is extremely a brilliant all-rounder. He did so much in the last match, got a couple of brilliant catches, took vital wickets and brought victory for his team, for Malaysia. But today, a different day, a different game. As you correctly said, overcast conditions are there. They have to struggle. I think the problem lies in the batting of Malaysia. They have to give up a good score, about 150, 60. And I'm sure with the bowling and the fielding they have, definitely they will be going to take from the jaws of Qatar.
Immediately angling away from the left-hander. And a single to get off the mark. This is a good start for both the sides. Bowling a good line is Amir Farooq.
Well, yes. Amir Farooq is a very good bowler for Qatar. He has bowled superbly in the last match. But unfortunately, they couldn't make the match of it. But definitely, as we talked about it, too much conditions are different today. Lots of heavy rain in the morning, and now the clouds have gone. Sun is almost trying to come out from the clouds. A good ploy for the Qatars to bowl first.
A fairly attacking field. Qatar will be looking for those early wickets. Swinging into the right-hander, and they will rush in to get a single. That will get Virendeep a lot of confidence after getting a duck in the previous game. Getting off the mark and getting off the mark from the almost the middle of the bat. He wouldn't mind that, would he?
Definitely, I think, as we talked about, he has to get some runs for his team, though he lead the team from the front with his brilliant bowling and, of course, some superb fielding as well. I think Malaysia must be looking around 140, 150 runs, which can be defended with their brilliant bowling, supported by excellent fielding as well.
This is a wonderful track to bat on. We witnessed that. Immediately looking to swing the ball. And it is looking to swing the bat, Mohammad Amir Azim. So intent from both sides. Amir Farooq is looking to get the better of the batter, and the batsman is not looking to shy away from a contest. This is brilliant bit of cricket here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. It is the Men's T20 Premier Cup 2024, and what a stage, what a platform for these two very rigorous nations that are looking to have their better foot forward. They need a win. Slip is moving out. And he will move to the point cordon. So 3 players on the cut for Qatar. And believe it could very well be a double bluff with an in-swinger. Oh yes, it was the in-swinger, but spraying down the leg side. Brilliant tactic from Amir Farooq, not working on this occasion to his favor.
Well, actually, first thing is that for the fast bowlers to get grip on the ball, try to bowl within the area they are looking for. Of course, it was a new ball. He trying to bowl into the batter, but down the leg side, it was trying to bring it from out into the batter, but it was out from the leg stem and get a wide ball.
Would love to see a little bit of short bowling from Amir Farooq. Yes, we did witness that Amir Azim is not very comfortable with those cut shots. And that's exactly where he's come. These days, the teams are very smart with their video analysis. They do work on the strengths and weaknesses of the opponents, and that's where the quality comes. It's a chirping wicket-keeper of Qatar. You would notice that every now and then he'll come to the stumps, have a few words to his teammates, which is not directly indicated at the batter, but it is always in the ear of the batter.
Yeah, of course, this is a teamwork, to be honest with you. Wicket keeper is the right person who can see from the behind the wicket every possible move from the fielders as well as the batters also. Comes down the wicket, try to heave it beautifully. Past the bowler, the fielder after it. And they got 2 runs. Good attacking cricket.
Yes, immediately Amir Azim, he's more than happy with the ball coming in his slot. That's the area that he prefers. And on this occasion, spraying in line, finding that gap between mid-wicket and long on. And 2 valuable runs to Amir Azim. They would like to get way more than what they have got on a regular occasion in this tournament. They've been that 140, 150 side and a 20 over contest. Here, probably once again angling into the left-hander, and he will play it on the leg side to get off strike, to keep strike for the next over. Malaysia with a decent start at the end of first over, 8 for no loss. We would Mohammad Ikramullah. He's another lethal bowler from Qatar. He's going to be partnering the opening attack for Qatar. These are wonderful conditions, especially if you're a bowling side. What happens with Ikramullah is he's more of a medium pacer who likes to move the ball both ways. Yes, also a left-handed bowler. But then his objective is to keep the bowler guessing.
Well, I think both the bowlers are left-armer. So it's very unique that a team is giving left-arm bowlers medium pacers. Down the wicket comes, down the wicket, heaved it over the mid-wicket boundary. But managed to get one. Intense looks to be good, Pranav, for these batters.
Yes, dancing around the wicket to start off with, trying to generate some pace against the bowling of Mohammad Ikramullah. And he has a different kind of field. For the left-hander, he did have the third man and deep square leg. For the right-hander, the deep square leg is more towards the long leg region. And there is also a short fine leg which is in place. They'll have to make use of these overcast conditions. Nudged and quick single. This is very good running from both these batters of Malaysia. Virendeep Singh and Mohammad Amir Azam responding to a quick call from his captain. And this is brilliant running. This is what was missing in their previous games. On this occasion, they're running hard between the wicket, and that's where they could have an advantage.
Well, and it's a very, very right technique. Not to lose a single delivery. Go for the singles. Keep the runs coming onto the port. Good technique so far. This time down the leg side, he tried to hit in swinger going into the batter's left-hander side. So, good going so far, Pranav, compared to the last match they have played. Lost 2 wickets in the first 2 overs.
Back of length and inside edge it was, and impacting in the place where that he wouldn't want it to, the abdominal region. Shot pulled on this occasion, and this ball is travelling just wide of that fielder at deep square leg, and it's given a maximum, just crossing the boundary by the merest of margins, and that's exactly what Amir Azim would have wanted.
Shot, nicely pulled, great timings over the square leg boundary for 6. That is the confidence look from those batters now. Much, much better than the last match they have played. Brilliantly played out toward the square leg for the maximum.
What he's doing right is he's using the pace of Ikramullah. Yes, not one of the quickest, but happy to be using his pace. And running between the wicket is something that I want to talk about in the next over. 2 overs done, and Malaysia have got a good start here. 17 for no loss.
Pretty good start as far as the Malaysian batters are concerned. Going well at the moment, 17 without loss. And especially Mohammad Amir Azim looks to be in good touch. Clearing the ground in the last delivery of the last over. Amir Farooq. Once again, picks it up beautifully over the long on boundary. 4 runs.
What an incredible shot. Amir Azim looks like a very different player every time that the ball is in his arc. And on this occasion, it is Amir who's prayed in line, pitching it a little too up, and he's heaved it through the mid-wicket region. Never looked to keep it down. What a wonderful strike from Amir Azim. This will bring him a lot of confidence if it was a pull shot. in the previous over. On this occasion, it is the cross-batted slog in the block hole. Good comeback, very good comeback. But the running is something that I'm very impressed about of Malaysia this morning. They've shown the intent. They're looking to go after the Qatar with their running. And that's exactly will give them a little bit of ease moving into the game.
Well, definitely on. Once you have a good start, batters coming into the next definitely have no pressure on them. And they just kept going on the way that these two are batting, especially Mohammad Azim looks to be in great touch at the moment. And so as the skipper, Farandeep Singh, slightly slow, just giving the support which as a captain he has to give it to Mohammad Azim, who looks to be more aggressor among these two.
It is the Men's T20 Premier Cup 2024. And we would obviously like to thank Asian Cricket Council and Oman Cricket for hosting this tournament here in the heart of Muscat at the Oman Cricket Academy. Pulled and pulled well. There is no protection in the deep, but the ball will have a race with the fielder. And on this occasion, it is the fielder who's going to cut it off. 3 runs in the process. The running has been spot on, and that's something they're continuing to do. Just back of the length.
This time for short, nicely pulled over the mid-wicket boundary. The ground is a bit soggy. That's why the ball didn't cross the fence. But they managed to get 3 runs. Good running between the wicket once again by these batters.
Amir Farooq. 8 runs of the first 3 deliveries make it. 9 runs. Wide signal by the umpire. Spraying down the leg side. This is a difficult ground to be bowling on if you're a bowler. To mention our official partners for this event, The Fun News, 1xBat, Babu 88 Sports. Our official streaming partner, India, is FanCode. Our official broadcast partner in Nepal is Kantipur TV. In these wonderful production work is done by TCM, bringing you the most beautiful visuals from this picturesque ground of Oman Cricket Academy, surrounded by the Al Hajar Mountains and overcast conditions, clouds making it even more beautiful. Back of length, this is much better from Amir Farooq, coming back to something that he does best and testing Amir Azim with that back of length delivery.
A great work done by the groundsmen as well, curators as well. Groundsmen, they cleared the ground after the heavy rain this morning also. And possible to have this match on this ground number 2 and ground number 1 as well. They are a very, very good team of groundsmen headed by Anup. Coming down the wicket, very lucky, got the bottom edge of the bat towards the fine leg. He shows his stumps, but lucky got the bat in between.
Something that Amir Azim would want to work on moving forward is his stability. That is probably one of those reasons that his connection is a little not on spot. He's a brilliant player, good hand-eye coordination, and he's partnering his captain, Virendeep Singh, one of the main run scorer for Malaysia in the last few years. Loves to play shots, Virendeep Singh. An integral part of Malaysia.
Well, he's doing the right thing. This time beautifully bowled. Tap and run. That's a very nice running between the wicket by these two. End of over number 3. It is 28 for no wicket Malaysia.
What a wonderful game we are witnessing here. Malaysia is taking on Qatar. Brilliant, brilliant cricket from Malaysia and Qatar. And The ground stuff is something that I want to really appreciate about Jamil Bhai.
They are doing a tremendous job, obviously, all through this last couple of days because of the rain. Every time coming over, taking the covers off, again putting it back. So absolutely outstanding work by the groundsman. Down the wicket once again, placed the bat, faces over the bat toward the third man boundary for the single.
Mohammad Ikramullah. He's bowling from the hockey stadium end. Umpires for the game is Rahul Asher. He just completed his 50 T20Is a few days ago. And along with him, it is Vinay Kumar Jha, who is on the other end.
Mohammad Ikramullah so far bowled well, except for the first over. Once again for the slower one, tried to heave it over the mid-wicket, brought the bottom edge of the bat towards the short mid-wicket and got off to a quick single.
Mohammad Ikramullah, one of the senior bowlers for Qatar. Doesn't look to try too much, looks to be in his area, poses a challenge for the batter on most occasions. Big heave, and an outside edge. Virendeep Singh will accumulate a boundary to his name with luck favoring him. The intent was always to get a boundary, not coming in the way that he would have wanted.
Outside tried to play it onto the on, got the outer edge of the bat toward the third man boundary. Finally 4 runs have come all the way for Malaysia. So far good going. 34 for no wicket.
Virendeep Singh, the captain, he's taken his time. 11 of 6 deliveries. And he's batting beautifully at the moment, running quick between the wickets. There is an appeal, and believe it's going to be sent upstairs.
Some smart work from the fielders, as always said. One brilliant catch, one brilliant run out makes the difference between the two teams. So let us see how it's going to be happen.
That's a replay. This is a good technique. Dragging the bat when it matters the most. Believe it is the captain, Virendeep Singh. Almost looks like Flash with those images in the screen. Running really quick. That's how quick he runs.
This is the right and professional way of getting to the non-striker, then dragging the bat from outside, so the chances of run out becoming very remote in that situation. And that's what he has done.
We're waiting for the confirmation from the third umpire, and the green light has been signaled. Virendeep Singh is going to be continuing. This is excellent cricket from Malaysia. Definitely a standout performance so far from Malaysia in comparison to the previous 2 occasions. Batting has been spot on, the intensity has been there, and the running between has been extremely incredible. And with that, a heave over long on. One bounce into the fielder's hands. Mohammad Amir Azam is looking to make things happen here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2.
Yes, he shows intention at the first ball he played this time also. So very good cricket. Brilliant running between the wickets. That was the last one. So intentions are absolutely brilliant as far as the Malaysian batters are concerned. They are going well, not leaving any dot ball, going run for each and every delivery with odd boundaries in between.
Ikramullah, slower delivery, and they will accumulate another single. This is extremely good stuff from Malaysia. They're running between the wickets, have not allowed the pressure to build onto them. 4 overs done, 37 for no loss Malaysia. This is the Men's T20 Premier Cup 2024 and Oman is right at the top. These 5 teams, UAE is on the 2nd position, Kuwait and Bahrain are to follow. Bahrain and Cambodia would love to open their accounts, 2 matches apiece for each of these teams. And that net run rate of Oman, very healthy, right over UAE with that massive win against Cambodia in the rain-affected match yesterday. It's an opportunity for Malaysia and Qatar to get things right.
Well, it's a very wide open situation at the moment. So this bowling change. I think it will be Mohammad Ikramullah to continue. Just open the face of the bat and a very, very good fielding by the cover fielder.
Sakleen is there at the backward point position, diving to his left to make sure that it's only a single. Gyan is the new bowler. 9 runs of the previous over, courtesy of that boundary of the outside edge from the captain. We've already witnessed the points table of Group A, where Oman is alongside UAE. We also have the Group B, which is being dominated by Nepal, in my opinion. And the only reason I say that is because of those 6 sixes that came into play. What all are we witnessing here? 6 sixes, a hat-trick by Aqib Ilyas yesterday.
Some outstanding result in this tournament. Onto the back foot, slightly up. Brilliantly played over the cover point boundary once again. And the brilliant fielding work done by the fielder at the cover point, resulting 2 runs for the batter.
Good running between the wickets. Once again from Malaysia. Never looked to keep it down, was the batter. Short delivery to start off with and he playing it over the point fielder. For a moment it was Ikram who was interested. And even with all those hard work, the hard running between the wickets by these Malaysian batters allow Azim to get back to the strike.
This man's T20 once again try to heave it, beaten down the leg side this time. Missed the stumps.
Look at the number of left-arm pacers that have the service for Qatar. This is the 3rd one coming in. Gyan angling into the pads and he's not really sure how it missed the pads and the wickets. The smallest of gaps is what the ball required to make its way to through to the wicketkeeper. This is very good bowling. Amir Azim needs to get things right here. Getting some room, hitting it through the line. And this is a very good shot. Although there is protection for Gyan in the deep at long on. And that will be only a single. But the intent of Amir Azim is something that I'm very impressed about. Not allowing the pressure to go to Virendeep Singh.
Look at that one. Just came a bit down on the wicket over the mid-on boundary, but straight to the hands of the fielder there. One tip to the fielder. What we're talking about, this time down to the leg side, rolls his wrist and get a single. So this T20 Premier Cup is giving excellent, outstanding records as well. 6 sixes and an over. And then a hat-trick yesterday by Aqib Ilyas. So everything is there in this beautiful tournament organized by Asia Cricket Council and Oman Cricket Board as well, under the presence of Oman. Beautiful sights over the ground number 1, ground number 2, followed by mountains. Lovely sight to see and watch cricket.
And also the prize position. Last ball of the over. Inside edge. Struggled to keep the ball away was Amir Azim and somehow manages to keep strike for the very next over. So that 6-run over from Gyan, very first for him, is going to wind up over number 5. 43 for no loss Malaysia. Points table. We did witness the points table of Group A. Talking about Group B, it is a wonderful, wonderful mix of things. Nepal is leading with 4 points, and there is a squeeze between Saudi Arabia, Malaysia and Hong Kong. And Qatar is still to open the account. So if Qatar wins today, there are 4 teams which will be on 2 points. And in return, it has to be Malaysia who will be looking to win this game against Qatar and go right to position number 2. So that's a jumbled points table of Group B. Everybody's fighting with one another, and even the net run rate very close to each other.
Well, definitely, I think each team will like to have something in their point, especially Qatar is yet to open the account, and today they have time for them to get at least 2 points, as you correctly mentioned. So as Malaysia, if they win the match today, they go up with the Nepal 4 points. But an interesting situation in the Group A. This is Himanshu Rathod from Qatar, the first spinner. He bowled well in the last match, Pranav. Very good bowler.
Spin coming into the attack in the last over of the power play. Or believe the power play is done with 5 overs. I beg your pardon there. Swept just wide of fine leg. And Mohammad Amir Azim is looking to make a party here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. A boundary to his name, and he's looking to make the runs flow.
Well, a bad start for Himanshu. Down the leg side, all the time for the batter to move on for the sweep. And a very, very nicely swept toward the fine leg boundary for 4. Not a good start for the bowler, Himanshu.
It's incredible. The scenes here. It's a windy day. Can you show me the flags? Any flags? If you look at those flags, look at the wind that is blowing across, and that is allowing us for the play to continue. This is exactly how the conditions are here in Oman. Every time there is wind blowing, it keeps the rain away. And that's exactly what is the consequences of the wind, because we are struggling with those advertising hoardings. The ground staff, which works ever so tirelessly to make sure that these wonderful visuals are brought to you, are struggling because of a natural calamity. It is a windstorm probably that's just passing across the ground.
Really, it is too much windy at the moment. In the morning, it was heavy rain. Then there was a stoppage came, and possible for the match to be started. So there is a lot of rain we have from last 2 days. Now, unprecedented rains we have got. Look at that beautiful scenes, flags of all countries. This time, once again, it tried to play onto the going down the leg side, but managed to get a single.
What you get with Amir Azim is he likes to take on his luck. He's always looking to play his shots, and in the process, the Himanshu will always be interested. There's always an opportunity to pick his wicket.
What I noticed.
And you'll always see those inside edges, outside edges coming into play. Some work in his favor, on other days it might not.
What I noticed that, after this delivery, I talk about this. Beautifully bowled. How much turn it got. Lovely bowling from him. What I'm trying to tell you, Mohammad Amir Azim, he is moving towards the leg side early before the ball delivered to him. And that's why he's not getting the time and what you call placement so that he can get some boundaries out to the offside.
Guided to backward point for a quick single. This has been spot on from Malaysia. What you get with Azim is that reverse shuffle. He is looking to use the offside. And on this occasion, he's been castled, and he's been castled by Himanshu. You missed, I hit is what Himanshu would have said. Riding on his luck was Amir Azim, and his luck has ridden out.
Well, he was in trying to do it from last two, but really this time he's just missed the line. In the middle, uprooted a stump by Himanshu, and the first breakthrough for Qatar. Definitely they were looking for it.
Himanshu has castled the stumps of Mohammad Amir Azim for 30, and he's faced 23 deliveries to get their strike rate of 130. He wouldn't mind that. 2 boundaries and a maximum as well. But he will walk back to the pavilion devastated. One man's loss is other man's gain. That's exactly how we would like to put it. Amir Azim has walked back courtesy of Himanshu, who was courageous enough to stay between the stumps. And it is Sharwin Muniandi. He, alongside the captain, were the mainstays in the very first game. And a lot of it would be expected with just over 12 overs to go in this game.
Yeah, he didn't perform well in the last match, but he bowled extremely well in the last match. Sharmin. That's a good wicket as far as the Qatar is concerned. It's almost half century, 50, almost 49 for 1 wicket. Good score for Malaysia, starting with the 18 overs game as we talked about. Once again, beautifully bowled into the stumps. That's the end of over number 6. It is 49 for 1 Malaysia.
Musawar, the left arm spinner, will come into the attack for Qatar. Straight away firing it in with the arm ball, and in walks my fellow commentator Amin Wagle for the next slot of 7 overs. What do you think, Amin? What do you make of this game? 49 for 1. Running has been spot on from Malaysia, and just Mohammad Azim has walked back.
Yeah, certainly, and they've been trying to just get a good hold of things here, Qatar, because they've had a tough tournament so far. The last game is something they would really want to forget, but at the same time, Malaysia 50 for 1 in 6 overs. It's a very good morning for them. They managed to hold their nerve in the power play, get a few good runs.
One thing that you would have got with Malaysia in the previous 2 games is they haven't got off to a great start. And yet the middle order has come to the party and saved them to get to 140, 150. On one of occasions, they were very close. I believe that was the match against Nepal. And on the next occasion, they were able to win it. It was a thriller. Both those matches were a thriller. And today is a different day where they've got a very good opening stand.
I most certainly completely agree with you, and Musawar will look to just keep things a little tidy. Works it away towards the onside, only a single. So what's really important and something to be noticed here is this Group A table out here. Nepal, of course, getting ahead of the rest of the pack with 2 wins, but then Saudi, Malaysia, Hong Kong all tied with just 1 win each. Qatar is not too far behind. They've not won a game yet. But who knows, amongst the scheme of things, if they manage to pull up an upset today, they do have the firepower, they do have the squad to do that.
And this is the ground that they would fancy their chances. They love to play their shots. And there is value for money, value for shots here at the Oman Cricket Ground number 2. It's a slightly smaller ground comparison to ground number 1. The dimensions are almost similar. But the reason why I say slightly smaller is that's how it feels. This is a more batting friendly wicket in comparison to ground number 1. And 7 overs have been done. Malaysia with the start 54 for 1. And they will look to make things happen here. It's the wins that our ground staff has been struggling with. There have been strong wins here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. This is something that you get in the land of desert, sandstorms.
Yeah, well, today it's got nothing to do with sands, it's thunderstorms. Welcomed with thunderstorms the moment you open your eyes this morning. And Malaysia and Qatar at the moment locking horns. Tries to go for the big swing towards the onside, misses on this occasion. Now Virandeep Singh, and he's been one of their mainstays here, trying to come out opening with the punching gloves here for Malaysia on more than many occasions. Quite a handy cricketer, bowls a few decent overs as well.
Something that I would love to see from the bat of Virandeep Singh is a little more aggression. He's 19 of 18 deliveries here. Probably the next 15 deliveries, if he can accumulate somewhere between 25-30 runs, go a little more aggressive, especially against the likes of Himanshu. Yes, he's got a wicket to his name, but he's bowling from that end. The danger end is what I like to call it. It's the hockey stadium end, and that's the end where most of the damage has been done in the previous 2 days. UAE got to some 235, 236. Majority damage was from that end. Their opponent got to almost 200. Majority damage from that end. Oman, in that 11-over game, got to 100, 150, 155. And Naseem Khushi loved that side. And in the mix of things, a run out has been attempted. Doesn't look great here. He's disappointed, Sherwin Muniandi. And it's been sent upstairs.
Yeah, a little bit of jitters here, but most certainly it does feel that he might have reached home, but then you'll always be interested in that mix-up that's happened out there. Slight lapse in concentration, Virandeep and Sharwin. Just have a look at that. Collects the ball way above the stumps and then takes a little bit of time, and I think this is going to be absolutely close. I think Sharwin's gone for all money.
Touch and go, touch and go, touch and go. That's the reason. He did realize it was really close, and that's the reason there was a shake of head. It could go either ways. And look at the person in position, the third umpire, the leg umpire. The batter's end umpire is the correct term. It all started with that wonderful piece of fielding. It was Himanshu who cut the ball off in his own. It's touch and go. Really close for the likings of Sherwin Muniandi. He's looking at those visuals in the big screen, and both the sides are really interested because it could go either ways.
Yeah, and what's interesting to note is both the teams, like the two batters as well as the Qatari fielders, have all gathered out in the center, and they're not looking at the big screen. As a matter of fact, they're looking at the third umpire signal lights, and they'll be waiting. They'll be waiting to have a cheer because it's been sluggish for Malaysia all throughout these first few overs, and now all of a sudden the Qataris are looking to bounce back in the game, make it a little bit more interesting, have something to play for. Remember, they're still 1 game ahead only, and the Qataris, a win today, an upset today, can make things very, very interesting in the whole tournament scheme of things.
That's exactly what happens when you leave your destiny in somebody else's hand and believe it's been given out. What a wicket here.
Yeah, they're going to be celebrating, and Sharwin will have to walk back. It's been given red, and what a strike, what a strike. Unlikely wicket. Just pulled out of thin air, and
Believe it's the umpire who's brought the batter back. There is a little bit of misunderstanding, miscommunication. Maybe the lights haven't flashed the way the third umpire would have wanted. And Sharwin Muniandi is walking back, and he's coming back. The green lights have been flashed, and it's been signaled as not out. That's exactly what I felt, because the benefit of doubt was always supposed to go in the favor of the batter, and that's exactly what has happened. So the right order has been restored. Sharwin Muniandi has come back, and there is a little bit of confusion. For a moment he would have had his heart in his mouth, and now he will take a sigh of breather, but not for too long, because he's going to be facing the wrath of Himanshu, who's bowling a brilliant spell here.
yeah, I guess I'm just having a bad day at the office. Whenever I walk out to the Oval 2 comm box, I'll always end up making some mistakes like these. Driven well down the ground, and now that he's got a lease of life here, Sharwin will look to maximize. Virandeep, getting back on the topic of Virandeep, he's been absolutely key for this Malaysian side. Leading from the front, one of the youngest captains in world cricket as far as T20 eyes are concerned. At a very, very paltry age of 20 only.
That's a special delivery of Himanshu. Turns a big way. And what a way, what an action-packed over we have witnessed here at the Oman Cricket Academy ground number 2. 8 overs done, and Malaysia are fighting it out, 57 for 1. Well struck on the leg side. Virandeep Singh is an important wicket here for Malaysia. Musawar firing it in, and Sharwin is looking to take the aerial route. There is a little bit of protection, who will juggle it a couple of occasions to let it go, surpass the boundary. So 4 valuable runs coming just when Sharwin has walked back with the heart in his mouth, and he is looking to make it impactful.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be looking to maximize whatever chance, that lease of life that he's got, going over the top and getting a little bit of elevation, a fumble out there in the deep. And this is something that Qatar will want to rectify. They've not been impressive in the field the last 3 days that they've been out there in this tournament. Close call, yeah, and that's a good delivery from Musawar. He's a wily customer.
Years from now, when Sharwin will be telling his family and friends about this incident, he will be saying that I was declared dead and I came back to life. Angling onto the pads is Musawar, and the running between the wickets is a standout for Malaysia this morning. They've been running hard, and they're running at almost everything, and that's the reason the pressure has not been able to build up. Malaysia have been in the scheme of things, and this was something that was missing in the previous two games, and today they've got it spot on.
Something that Malaysian setup that you have over here, they'll really want to add a few more batters out there with healthy strike rates. You do have Virendra Singh, who just manages to get 126. That's his strike rate. Sharwin also with nearly 70 T20Is under his belt has got the similar sort of a strike rate.
One thing that has been bad from Qatar is that you would see the cover. There's a mid-innings. He's coming really deep. And that's the reason they've been able to cut through and get singles consistently. I would have wanted that cover to be a little more ahead, looking to cut off that single, and that will be looked into further into the innings. 9 overs done, 65 for 1 Malaysia. It's the halfway mark and it's time for drinks, and we'll have a look into the highlights. It was Amir Azim who came all guns blazing, and he was looking to play his shots all around the ground, the left-hander. And joined him was the captain Virendra Singh, who struck boundaries every now and then. One shot too many for Amir Azim, and he walked back. And then it was Sharwin Muniandi who came back to life from death. And he struck a boundary to his name as well. At the moment, the players are taking a sigh of a breather. It is overcast conditions, but still humid. And they would just like to take a small breather before they get into the action for the final 9 overs. It's a rain-affected match. 2 overs have been deducted, 18 overs aside. And we are almost at the halfway mark. And it's going to be an interesting encounter. I mean, talk us through the bowling lineup. What's happened?
Yeah, well, of course, their premier bowler Amir Farooq has gone for runs, nearly 9.5 runs and over, so 2 for 19 for him, no wickets. Ikramullah too was pretty impressive in the first couple of games, but then 18. And then Jayan Budika, 1 over for 6 runs. They'll want to have him again introduced in that attack. Himanshu Rathore with that success with him, 1 for 9 in his couple of overs. Look at that economy rate, 4.5. And Musawwar Shah has been introduced into the attack. He's also managed to keep it a little tidy, 3 extras. So the slower bowlers probably getting a little bit of assistance on this sort of surface, and that's probably because of the craftiness with which they're employing out there. Himanshu Rathore has done well in the previous 2 games, and so has Musawwar Shah. They've got wickets to their name. Just 3 extras in that effort so far by Qatar, and 65 for 1 is where Qatar find themselves in this match number 12, Qatar versus Malaysia. What an interesting tournament this has been, setting ablaze a few individual performances all throughout the last few days.
It's a must-win for both these sides. That's the best way we can put it. Qatar and Malaysia. Qatar still to open their account in this tournament, ACC Men's T20 Premier Cup. And Malaysia, with those 2 close encounters, one of them which went in their favour, that allowed them to get 2 points to their name. They would want to move to the second position with another win against Qatar here. And if Qatar wins, they get into the mix of things. 4 teams at 2 points.
Absolutely. 4 teams at 2 points, and it's always going to be a very, very close encounter. And with the rain and all sorts of events occurring at the moment, you never know. They might have an outside chance and qualify in that top 2 bracket. Nepal, on the other hand, they're playing on the other ground, oval number 1, and they're having a good go at Hong Kong, China, who are also in the hunt of things on second position at the moment, and that's largely due to that excellent performance, that big net run rate difference that they had.
That's the other ground. Hong Kong, China versus Nepal. Struck very well from the bat of Sharwin Muniandi. He's come with the intent, he's come with the mentality, and what an incredible strike through covers all along the ground. And it's almost back-to-back boundaries for Sharwin, one of the previous over and one of this over of Amir Farooq.
Yeah, I think he's been given the license to now go for the big hits because you're nearly halfway deep into this innings and you would want to just try and accelerate up the ante a bit, get a few runs on board and back your bowlers to do the rest. Tries for a good expansive drive, or rather just try and negotiate a little bit towards the offside. Amir Farooq has been absolutely critical for this Qatar side. This Qatar lineup opens with the new ball and loves to swing the ball both ways. Left arm pacers are always exciting to watch.
Similar kind of scores for both these grounds. Hong Kong is 59 for 2 in 8 overs. Malaysia 65 for 1 in 9 overs. Amir Farooq angled into the pads. One thing has been good from Qatar. They've been looking to bowl tight, not giving any kind of room whatsoever on most occasions to these Malaysian batters. And the only reason Malaysia has been able to hold and continue with that run flow is because of their running between the wickets. Almost very few dot balls and everything has been single or double.
Yeah, they're most probably relying on that steadiness of the top order. You see most of their top order batters will be striking. They've all got plenty of experience under the belt. Nearly everyone's around that 50 to 70 match figure. So plenty of experience, and most of their strike rates are hovering around that 125, 130 runs per 100 ball mark. So it just goes on to show that along with that average that all these batters have, somewhere around 35 to 34, so it just goes to show their intent with the way they play their T20 cricket. They always want to have, you know, some sort of sureness in their batting lineup.
Most importantly, for Malaysia, it is adapting to situations. They weren't able to adapt to the situations in the first two games. They reanalyzed, they worked around things, and now moving in this third game, they've got things right to their favor. Sharvin Muniandi, everything is coming from the meat of the bat for him, and they will be pushing for that second. Quick running between the wickets by both these batters. Virendeep Singh is the key here. He's bringing that calmness to the Malaysian dugout by just being there on one end, and Sharvin Muniandi is looking to make things happen.
Yes, surprised. Couldn't go for that second run though. It's just been a single. Or rather, I think they have really gone for that second run as well, because Sharvin Muniandi is on strike at the moment. So it's been quite healthy running between the wickets. The runs are coming, yes, but not as much as they would have really liked at the moment. 10 runs and over, something that's going to be par over here at this occasion. This time he's guided that towards the third man region and towards the commentary box. Our co-commentator admiring that shot as well, Jamil Zaidi. So a boundary now to end the over for Sherwin. It is 10 overs gone, 77 for the loss of 1 wicket.
What a wonderful strike. Just showing it the face of the bat and angling it past that flare at backward point. Just wide of him. And no chance whatsoever for that fielder at third. Believe in the younger days, Jamil Zaidi could have come into action there. 77 for 1, Malaysia. Left arm pace. Wide outside the off stump and the outside edge from the bat of Virendeep Singh.
It's going to be Jayan Budhika getting into action now. He's already bowled that one over and he was quite miserly in that over. He's got a nice action here, something that reminds me of maybe Mitchell Johnson. He's got that slinging late release and hurling the ball towards the batter. So very exciting talent here in this Qatari side. Especially, I'm really impressed by Amir Farooq. The way he goes about things in the first 2 overs is quite exciting to watch. Jayan Budikas no less. Uppishly played. It's high in the air, but just gonna fall short of Irshad there at long on.
Restricting his shot. He was looking for a maximum, and it was the change of pace of Gyan that forced him to pull the shot back at the very last second. Intelligent cricket from Sharvin, not looking to go all guns blazing on everything. Playing smart bit of cricket, choosing his balls. And this is some brilliant cricket from Sharvin, supporting his captain. Wide, and it is signalled as wide as well. He's bowling extremely wide of the off stump, and that's a plan that he's looking to deploy. On the previous occasion, it was the outside edge from the bat of Virendeep Singh, but on this occasion, it was a little too wide for the likings of Vinay Kumar Jha, who signalled it as wide.
Yes, of course. Now Jayan Budikas has probably got to do a little bit more here. Try and angle the ball into the right-hander. Just up the pace a little bit. Try and get the pace off the wicket. This time, once again, it's an outside edge. Only a single. Virendeep Singh looking to up the ante.
Guiding it to third man. It's been a pretty decent over from Gyan. He's kept the batter thinking. Virendeep needs to get going here. 26 of 25 for him. And this is something that Gyan would have realized as well.
Yes, of course. On the other hand, Sharvin has possibly gotten along here. He's got that early lease of life, courtesy that missed run out. Look at that short ball, and he's probably doing a little bit with his wrists as well. Dug it deep into the pitch. So it's only going to be a single, so good variety and variation shown by Jayan Budika at the moment. Will be very interesting to see at what point in time Virendeep will now start to get going. He's certainly got the shots, he's got the long levers. All he needs to do is strike the ball at the right time, at the right occasion, make use of the poor deliveries once they come along his way.
He needs to get going from the area where he is batting right now. Shot. There is a fielder there who will be collecting it, so he will contribute, but not on this match. Virendeep Singh is going to be walking back to the dugout, courtesy of a slower bouncer from Gyan.
Yes, absolutely, and the pressure was mounting for him to get a little bit of a move along here, trying to go for that big shot towards the onside, however, holding out to short fine leg. So finally, Virendeep Singh has to depart and he's been done over by Jayan. So 26 of 26 deliveries for him, just a run, a ball, a 4 or a boundary to his name. 81 for the loss of 2 wickets, Malaysia.
It will be the left-hand, right-hand combination for Malaysia. Moving ahead into this game, Syed Aziz has walked in. He's an incredible striker of this cricket ball. Loves to hit a long ball. And his services will be required if Malaysia are to post a decent total here at Oman Cricket Ground number 2.
Full, and of course this one's going down leg, so he won't be interested. But what's going to happen is Syed Aziz is going to be left stranded midway. However, no damage done, so it's going to be a quiet end to the over. A successful one for Jayan Budika. 11 gone, 82 for the loss of 2 wickets, Malaysia.
angling into the pads and probably doing way too much for the likings of our umpire Vinay Kumar Jha. And he was never too interested. For a moment, it was Rahul Asher at the other end who was also interested with that run out coming into play. 11 overs done, 82 for 2 Malaysia. So that's the Manhattan. A few big towers coming into play in the previous 2 overs, and that's exactly where the captain has walked back. And now they will be looking to build a partnership here. Sharvin Munyandi and Aziz will have a big role to play. Just 7 overs to go in this first innings. And there's a little bit of cloud cover that has come into action here.
Yes, most certainly. The conditions just keep changing as you've got rain forecasted for the next couple of days as well. Himanshu Rathore now into action, and he's been given a little bit of treatment down the ground. However, it's only going to be a single, so not much damage done as far as the Qataris are concerned. Malaysia, on the other hand, have got Sharvin, who looks to be striking the ball well. Syed Aziz has just walked out to the centre, and of course reputation precedes before him that he's a good striker of the ball.
What you get with Himanshu is that one big turner that he uses every over. All the other balls is fired in, not getting much of a turn, but this one ball which turns a real big way, probably of the pads on this occasion. And it signaled as leg bye from Rahul Asher.
So you'll have to wait here, Syed Aziz, to possibly get off the mark. Once again, this time it's lofted high up into the air. The fielder is trying to collect it, and yes, he does. It's going to be Amir Farooq, or rather Mohammad Amir, who's going to collect that comfortably under the cloudy skies, under the grey skies that are hovering over the Oman Cricket Academy. And finally, Sharvin also has to make his way back to the hut.
Believe this was the carom ball, and that was not well connected. And Amir coming into play for Qatar. Yes, it was the carom ball that came into play, and probably choosing the wrong shot against the quality of Himanshu on this occasion. Sharvin Munyandi is going to be walking back just when he was looking very explosive. 23 of 18 for him. We've heard a lot about Ahmed Fayaz, one of the senior campaigners. Ahmed Fayaz, Mohammad Noor, the ex-captain of Malaysia. And he'll have a big role to play because, yes, Malaysia have got a start, but with just over 6 overs to go in this encounter, in this rain-affected encounter, of the pads probably, and it's going to be running away to the fine leg boundary. So runs immediately on offer to Ahmed Fayaz. It comes in form of a bat. So 4 runs to his account.
Yeah, just works it away towards the leg side of his pads. And of course, that fine leg was up in the circle. It's always going to be easy pickings, making use of that loose delivery from Himanshu Rathore. A rare run, as a matter of fact. He's been impressive all throughout the tournament. He's been bowling some good deliveries, testing the batters, cut, and of course, there is protection out there in the deep. Not going to be much away, only a single. And he'll end the over on a very, very comfortable note. Just a boundary and a few singles in that over. Ends the 12th one. So 12 gone, 89 for 3 at the moment. Beg your pardon, there's just going to be one more delivery.
It is the ACC Men's T20 Premier Cup. 10 teams competing for the prize position. Once again, the carom delivery from Himanshu. He's playing some games here with the batter. And it'll be a single to wind that over up. 90 for the loss of 3 wickets at the end of 12 overs, Malaysia.
Beautiful views here of the Samrat cricket ground, the landscape, the picturesque views. And what a time to welcome my co-commentator Jamil Zaidi into the comm box alongside me. And it's been a good resurrection by Malaysia, 90 for 3 at the moment in 12. What do you make of the situation at the moment?
Okay, thank you, Amin. That's the ball to be done. Beaten outside the office time. Yes, from here on, I'm expecting around, say, 130, 140. The start was absolutely brilliant, but later on, couple of good wickets, supported by some brilliant bat fielding also from Qatar, dented the run flow from the Malaysian batters.
Now Ikramullah will have to make a good showing for him today. Big shot, picked it up. The fielder interested. However, Himanshu Rathore will not collect that cleanly. So a chance going begging maybe here of Ikramullah. Yeah, just have a look at that. It was full and it was picked it up really nicely by the left-hander. However, falling just short of Himanshu Rathore. So he's actually done pretty well on this occasion. Trying and saving it from a certain boundary. Attacking instincts here from Syed Aziz. Looking to up the ante.
And definitely they have to looking to increase the run rate, which is shown at the moment. They have to go for the runs. Just a good tap and run. That's the right way, not leaving a ball dot. So that's what Malaysia now looks to be getting, about 140, 145. So that they can come up with some excellent bowling, and they do have excellent fielding as well. How they snatched the match from Saudi Arabia, it was really immaculate.
Somewhere down the line, these Malaysian batters will have to increase with the strike. And then, of course, now, just as you mentioned about them upping the ante for going for the big shots, and Syed Aziz just placed this delivery all over himself. It's going to be a wicket as Mohammad Ikramullah disturbs the woodwork on this occasion. Have a look at that good length delivery and targeted towards the middle stump, leaving the stumps on this occasion, Syed Aziz. And he's going to be heading back. So success here for Ikramullah. Syed Aziz has to depart for just 2 runs, and Malaysia are now reeling under pressure of trying to get a few more runs on board. 92 for 4.
Two consecutive wickets in 2 overs, definitely denting the Malaysians' vision to go back to 150 and 40. That could be a good score to defend. Ahmed Akil Wahid has come in from Malaysia now. Ahmed Faiz, senior player there. They have to accelerate the run rate at the moment, which is both down. Once again into the wicket, played out. They go for the run. Some misfield there, but finally got single.
Yes, of course, now the new batter out there in the middle, and both of these will be always looking to score a few big runs, go for the big shots, because it's about time. Have a look at that wicket once again. Apologize, that's a misfield. decides to just try and get that ball of his own bowling and then decides against it momentarily later. Once again takes a shy at the stumps, and I think this is going to be a horror show here from Qatar, and a very, very important lesson to be learned out there in the field, and that's always to back up. So some basics here resulting in a bit of a mix-up. What's going to also be interesting is whether the Malaysian batters have fallen short, because it's gone for the third umpire review.
Sloppy, sloppy. There was no cover of it. They throw it full flash and it was no cover there. Now they are looking whether they run out to the third umpire.
Yes, most certainly he had nearly made his ground, almost made his ground on this occasion. And probably the third umpire is probably going to freeze this particular frame, and it's going to be actually a very, very sloppy piece of effort here. Yes, of course, he had taken a shy at the stumps, but what's also happened on this occasion is that the ball was almost running towards the boundaries. So these are going to be free runs rather than a very, very good effort of fielding. Lot to be desired from this Qatari fielding unit.
Especially 5 runs at this juncture came through the overthrows is definitely not good sign for the Qataris, and also good for the Malaysians as well. There were lack of boundary in the last couple of overs. So let's see how they are going to face the next couple of overs. 3 or 4 overs, 5 overs to go. Down the leg side, it's a bad delivery, nicely dealt, but the fielder is there for the square leg, rather fine leg boundary, and saved the certain boundary.
Yes, now certainly the intentions are clear, and especially Ahmed Faiz, who's got a boundary already to his name. He'll be wanting to score more runs here, although that boundary has come off those sloppiness out there in the field. But then runs are runs, and you would welcome them any day. This is something where Malaysia would really want to just put their head down and discover a little bit of intent in their batting.
Nicely played out towards the long on for the singles. Couple of big shots at this stage definitely put the pressure back on Qataris, who get some very valuable wickets in the last 3 overs. Musawir. Once again, short of the land, just pulled it down towards once again to the fine leg region for the singles.
Now Ahmed Faiz has played plenty of T20I cricket, 71 matches as a matter of fact. He's got a higher score of 105 in those T20Is, but then it's that strike rate that's going to be the point of concern here. Only 124. On the other hand, Akil Wahid, he's been a newcomer into the side of just a few games, under 5 games if I'm not mistaken. And a couple of runs being stolen away courtesy Mohammad Akil, and once again that big gaping hole towards the offside for the left-hander.
Once again sloppy fielding. Just opened the face of the bat and got off to a single. So singles are coming, but boundaries are lacking at this moment. The game is coming closer to the 18th over mark.
Yeah, still 4 more overs to go in this particular effort here from Malaysia, and I believe they won't be happy, because I still feel that this track has it in it, has that batting lucrativeness, not lost its nature. It's always going to be upon the intent of the batters. That's going to be under radar here, especially for Malaysia. End of the 14th over, Malaysia 105 for the loss of 4 wickets.
Once again, coming down the wicket to Ikram. And it's a massive one, which you were talking about. Come dancing down the wicket, brilliantly played over the long on boundary for the maximum.
Yeah, finally that experience of Ahmed Faiz of all those big T20 runs now coming into effect. Got a lease of life, got a little bit of lucky runs, and now trying to make merry out there in the centre. Big shot towards deep mid wicket. A 6 now finally coming in for Malaysia, and they'll be looking to add a few more of those.
Nice cricket, just taps and run for Ahmed Faiz. He has been prime better for the Malaysian team for so many years, and time has come now to come up with some good runs on himself also and for the Malaysian team as well.
Getting success, Ikramullah, in the previous over that he bowled. Got a wicket to his name, but then it's those figures 33, so he's nearly going at around 10 runs and over, that economy of his. Most certainly it's going to be a similar sort of approach from Ahmed Akil as well, and that's what's going to be expected of him. On the other hand, Ahmed Faiz has all that experience. He'll be looking to bat deep into that innings, make sure he's out there till the very end. A couple of runs to Ahmed Akil on this occasion.
Yes, runs are coming. I know Ahmed Faiz. He was got debut against Oman in Malaysia. And the very first match, it was a 50-over game. He scored a century as well. Brilliant batter. He was under 19 at that time. Pulled it away towards the mid-wicket boundary. So what we are talking about, I mean, with the runs, finally it is coming through the bat of these Malaysian batters, Ahmed Akil and Ahmed Faiz.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's probably the way to go about it. You hit a boundary of the very, very first ball of the over, and the rest of the over suddenly becomes a very easy task for you to negotiate. A single here, a couple of runs there, another odd boundary if there's a bad ball for the liking of the batters, and just looking to charge down the track, looks to guide it. At the last moment manages to open the face of the bat. There's no fielder out there behind the stumps next to the keeper, so it's a boundary now for the likes of Ahmed Faiz, striking really well at the moment.
Very good over from Malaysia. Look at that one, open the face of the bat. Maybe the bottom part of the bat has took the ball and it going to the gully boundary for 4. Very expensive over from Ikramullah.
Another delivery to go in this Ikramullah over. Nearly 14 runs already of this over. He wouldn't be happy with that. 14 runs and over from here, and then you're looking at that 156, 160 mark. It's still below par as far as batting on this oval number 2 surface is concerned. But the way Malaysia and the Malaysian batters are going about things, they would take it any day, because I believe they still do have the bowling strength to back that up. 15 overs gone. Malaysia are 120 for the loss of 4 wickets. Unlock Cricket, and of course if you're interested in getting some sort of information, a lot of extra information as well as facts and figures in this app, you need to be downloading it. Go head on to your app stores, whether it's on iOS or Android, and if you're a little bit of old school user of the laptops, Windows and Macs, you might head on to www.asiancricket.org and get your fix for cricket. Of course, much appreciated efforts here from the Asian Cricket Council as well as Oman Cricket, and they've been doing really well in providing all this wonderful facilities to all the teams taking part in this Premier Cup 2024. It's going to be Himanshu Rathore to bowl his very last over of the day, and he's been impressive. He's probably been the most impressive bowlers of this Qatari bowling lineup.
Yeah, he's trying to bowl within the stumps, not giving chance to the batters to come down, even go back also. That's the right technique. The good length and line he's trying to bowl. In the last 2 overs he bowled superbly. This time just gives little air And it was nicely played out to open the physical bat for the single.
Yeah, what's really impressive about Himanshu Rathore is that he's got quite a few variations as well. I've been seeing him in a couple of matches now, and then he's been trying to provide those carom balls as well. He's not afraid to try and give a little bit of flight to the delivery as well. His arm comes very close to his ears when he's delivering the ball. Tries to go for the slog sweep. The ball's probably lost amongst those crowds, but then Kamran will safely get that towards the keeper, so it's not going to be much here, only a single. What the Qatari bowlers are now trying to do is starve Malaysia for those big runs, and more often than not you're going to be getting a wicket and some sort of success as well.
That's a good delivery from Himanshu. He saw it coming down for the sweep. This time he once again opened the face of the bat toward the extra cover for the single. He's a very clever bowler. He knows the batter's mind, and according to that he's bowling. So far the most successful bowler for Qatar.
Flight delivery is going to be given a wide. Not happy umpire Rahul Asher on this occasion with that delivery. And Himanshu Rathore will have to bowl a couple of more deliveries to get done with it. He's been quite accurate mostly to trying to complete this over as soon as possible without any much runs given.
He got turn as well. This time right in the middle of the bat, tried to sweep it and sweep it well. Once again, the protection is there at the deep square leg for the single.
Yes, this one moving away from the right-hander, but then it was a shade bit shot. So he'll want to improve that a little bit, providing such sort of deliveries, especially when there is some sort of purchase available off the deck. You might want to just pitch the ball a little bit upwards. Shoots it into the left-hander. Always interesting. And is that going to be a chance? No, it's not. Nearly left stranded midway. Ahmed Faiz. And with that, we are probably going to be completing that 16th over. Let's have a look at that again. Slow, late release of the ball and then trying to dart it into the left-hander. What happened here was Faiz really wanted to take that strike. But then Himanshu Rathore decides there's no backup, so you might not be doing it. So end of the over. And this is what everybody's playing for, and that's to be in the top two of this particular points table, this top two of this Group A. Nepal have already got a couple of wins. Saudi Arabia, Malaysia and Hong Kong, China with just one win. And what this does to the rest of the group is that, of course, Qatar also have an outside chance of making it into that top two. So everything to play for at the moment. The net run rate will come into play as well.
Yes, definitely. Once again coming down the wicket, played it out towards the wicket, fine leg boundary for 4. Good ploy for the batter, good for Malaysia, 4 runs in any way.
Once again, it's going to be Saklen now who's been handed over the responsibility of bowling this important over and picked it up. An unorthodox shot and especially guided towards that fine leg region because he did know that, of course, there is no fielder station out there, so it's going to be an easy boundary there, especially if the bowler drifts towards the leg side. Look at the way where he's standing. He's standing way outside the off stump, so he's probably negating that effort of the bowler to keep it away from the right hand.
Knight from the middle of the bat to play it out, but there is a deep mid-wicket fielder protecting the boundary. And as we are talking about Malaysian batters now trying to come up with some lusty blows, couple of maximum, couple of boundaries.
Yes, of course, that boundary hit by Ahmed Faiz, and then he's putting in all his experience into action at the moment. Ahmed Akil would want to just get a move along as well. Left-hander against the left-hander. Picked it up, and what a shot this is. The fielder trying to get into a little bit of action here. But then I think there's got to be something to give away, and a kudos to Ahmed Akil. As a matter of fact, he's picked up a beautiful boundary on this occasion.
Well, it was a full toss, dealt correctly the way it has to be. But there is a misfield there, fielder at the deep square leg. And finally 4 run comes. So runs are coming, what we're talking about. 150 around will definitely a good total to defend.
Then Budika been taken apart for 2 boundaries now in the first 3 deliveries. Malaysian batters will want to maximize this opportunity. Now the boundaries are coming along well, and let's have a look at those projected scores. 146 if they go in a similar fashion. But 10 runs and over from here, it's going to be 150 plus. So still in the hunt here. It's still going to be a below par because the Qatari batters are possibly well known here for some lusty blows, some lusty hitting. What a delivery that is. Beats everybody. No ball has been signalled by the umpire, Jha. And of course, this is quite a lose now. Just losing his momentum, Gayan Budika.
Definitely, yes. It was totally a wayward delivery. And it's wide also, and a no ball as well, with a one more chance for them to get maximum after this free hit. Once again, he just came on to the offside, but played it out from the bottom of the bat to the fine leg boundary. Good save from the bowler.
Yeah, just got himself out of trouble, Gayan Budika, on this occasion. He did see Ahmed Faiz coming wide outside the off stump, standing outside the off stump, but delivered the ball within the wickets, so it always has to be dug out, and he's flicked it well, Ahmed Faiz, for a single. Already this over gone for plenty. Nearly 12 runs or 11 runs of it, if I'm not mistaken. Inside edge of the bat, it's going to be only a single, so quiet end to the over, but 13 runs have come from this Gayan Budika over. It's the penultimate over, and it's not gone well for the Qataris. 139 for 4 Malaysia after 17. It's going to be Farooq here, entrusted with the last over, goes for the big shot, the diving effort, and no, it's not going to be collected well. A couple of runs here for Ahmad Akil, the left-hander, but he's just managed to scrape through this. But have a look at that umpire, Rahul Asher, now signalling to everybody that it's going to be a no ball here, so a free hit on cards.
Yeah, it's well above a waist and rightly played by Rahul Asher. One more chance for the Malaysia to get maximum out of this free hit. So let us see how they're going to benefit out of this free hit.
Yes, free runs, free hit runs, and of course everything is going Malaysia's way, especially in this last over. Shot, and of course this has been dispatched, aerial shot, the fielder interested, but there's not going to be much result here. Captain Tanveer, little frustrated. He's not going to be happy with that effort from Amir Farooq. He knows it's a free hit, and then delivering a short delivery on this occasion is always going to be criminal.
Well, instead of 4 or 6, it is 2 runs come. But anyhow, runs have come in any way. The ball popped out between the 2 fielders because might be of the soggy field, outside field here. Could have been travelled to the fence. But anyway, 2 runs has come up. So they're inching to the projected score what we're talking about. Once again, it's a full toss, played it out towards the long off. This time he has been unlucky.
Yes, of course, missed out here. Ahmed Akil, the left-hander, and most probably all eyes went to the umpire immediately that ball was delivered. Was very, very close to being called the no ball, but then umpire Rahul Asher decides that he's probably going to give a little bit of grace to Amir Farooq to finish off this over. 36 runs given in his 3 overs so far, with just one delivery into this particular last over by the Qataris. Amir Farooq has been their premier bowler last couple of days ago, as a matter of fact. Pulled up with a hamstring injury midway of an over, and out walked Kamran to replace him, and rest was history. Goes for the paddle sweep straight back to the keeper. So this is not impressive here from Ahmed Faiz.
They have to look for the singles as well, rather than going for the big one. Anyhow, it's the last over. They're trying to get as much as they can from the remaining legal deliveries we have got. 3 deliveries to go. They might touch 150, what we're talking about.
Well, I certainly missed Amir Farooq bowling in the first couple of overs. I wonder if he did manage to get that same kind of swing that he was producing in the last couple of matches. Toss. Once again, the eyes go up to the umpire. Rahul Asher will give this no ball, and this is going to be a very, very poor over from Amir Farooq. 2 no balls and 2 opportunities for the batters to go for the big shots.
Unfortunate for Malaysia, they're not getting the advantage of those free hits. But now this time you can see it was fierce one above the waist height. Even wicketkeeper couldn't collect it properly. Look at that one. He tried to play out to the offside. So let us see how much about this free hit Malaysian will get. 2 free hits have been gone without any boundary or sixes.
It's the second no ball that they have conceded, and I think there's a little bit happening out there in the middle. Umpire Rahul Asher not happy with the proceedings. And yes, of course, I think they're going to be removing Amir Farooq out of the attack. So to bowl the remaining 3 deliveries of this very last over by the Qataris, it's going to be Musawwar, left arm orthodox, against the right-hander Ahmed Faiz. Malaysia will want to maximize this free hit because they've missed out on the last couple of occasions. Musawwar now entrusted with bowling the last 3 deliveries.
One more chance for the Malaysian batters to get maximum out of 3 deliveries left in this over, rather legal deliveries. So 2 successive waist high no balls. The result is that the bowler has been taken off. Again checking whether he has chance to bowl because of his completed his number of overs allotted in this match. So I think they have going to change it.
Right then, Mohammad Irshad is going to be now bowling the last 3 deliveries. Of course, he hasn't had a bowl yet, so he'll probably want to get back into the rhythm just for 3 deliveries. Earlier, Musawwir Shah was probably going to be bowling those last 3 deliveries, but then the umpires had some sort of an objection on that as well. So Mohammad Irshad now bowling the free hit. Big shot down the ground. It's high, it's mighty. Is he going to clear the fence? No, a little bit of juggle out there at the boundary ropes by Saklan, and that will keep the ball in play. So a couple of runs here, and what a brilliant effort out there in the deep.
Absolutely spot on. Yes, they have done it. It could have been a mighty, but he jumped in the air, put the ball back into the fence, rather in the ground, and they got 2 runs out of it. It is very difficult for a bowler who has not bowled. Look at that one. Nicely picked it up, but I think it could have the power to cross the fence. Look at that effort. Brilliantly. Beautifully saved.
Yeah, one for the cameras that, even though he has not caught that, but then full marks for that effort that he's put in. What a beautiful effort. And this is something what teams as well as individuals play for in a tournament like this. Brilliant effort out there.
All credit to the current T20 matches played all around the world. That makes the things different. Players are trying to get everything possible to save the runs and to score the runs as well in any way it comes. Innovative shots. Similarly, the fielders also are doing the same thing.
Saklan Arshad, the man, out there at long on. And what an effort he had put in. So good stuff here. Once again, wiggling their way out of that free hit situation, the Qataris. Full. This time, once again, it's down the ground. Return back. They'll go for the second run. And he's going to fall short with that massive difference between calling for the second run. What has happened here is Ahmed Faiz will be run out. Some excellent work out there in the deep.
Well, they tried to get the first one very quickly, but the second one they were late. And it was a great throw from the fielder right to the wicket keeper. And he was way away from the wicket. So run out. Ahmed Faiz played well. Got some runs, which has been from him from so long.
Excellent bit of fielding from the Qataris as Ahmed Faiz has to head back to the dugout. 37 from 22 deliveries, a 6 and 3 boundaries in that innings of his. Played with some good strike rate.
Hammered it out towards the mid-wicket boundary. Surely they will go for 2. And they have completed nicely. So a very good total has been scored by Malaysia. 151 for 5 in 18 overs. Because of the rain, 2 has been curtailed in this match.
Yes, of course, 18 overs aside this particular game. And what has happened is the moment a wicket fell, it was up to the new man, Saqib, as well as Waheed to get a few more shots. But in the end, it's going to be 151 for the loss of 5 wickets. They'll still have a little bit of a look whether that second run was completed in a safe and sound manner. And everything seems to be good. So good end finally to this Malaysia versus Qatar first innings on oval number 2. Earlier on in the day we had a delayed toss, but then the toss was won by the Qataris and put Malaysia into bat, making use of the conditions. Virandeep Singh, 26 of 26, he was there for majority part of the innings. Muhammad Amir Azim was done over by Himanshu, 30 for 23 is what he got. Sharvin Muniandi then
got a few shots going for himself, 23 of 18. Syed Aziz didn't contribute much. Ahmed Faiz towards the end of the innings, making use of all his experience that he has, was run out 38 of 22. Akil Wahid towards the end, 21 of 15 with some big hits down the ground. Nazmaz Saqib then got a couple of runs on the very last delivery of the inning.
For the bowling figures, it is the outstanding bowling from Himanshu Rathod, got 2 for 22, and Muhammad Kali Ikramullah got 1. Similarly, Gayan Budika got 1. So only 4 wickets had been down, 151 for 5, 18 overs gone, 9 extras.
These are the highlights, and of course it was Mohammad Amir and Virandeep Singh who managed to open the innings for Malaysia. There were shots all over the ground, especially from the bat of left-hander Mohammad Amir, who cracked a beautiful 6 and a couple of boundaries, but then in came Himanshu Rathod, who with his wily bowling managed to disturb the woodwork of Mohammad Amir. Virandeep Singh then and Sharvin Muniandi at one drop made some amends, kept the score going, but Sharvin Muniandi was the next to go. Virandeep Singh still managed to stay in there for a little bit more time, but then due to trying to up the ante a little bit, had to perish. Syed Aziz, Ahmed Faiz all had some shots to offer. Syed Aziz had to depart very early. He went for just 2, but then Ahmed Faiz and Akil Wahid got a few boundaries to their name. Some impetus for Malaysia. Whenever there was a few runs coming their way, the wickets kept falling. Not many, as a matter of fact, just 5 wickets. Towards the end, a run out as well. So at the end of the day, it's 151 that Malaysia scored. So 152 is the target that they have set for the Qataris to come out and chase from 108 balls. The required run rate a shade above 8 runs and over. This match number 12 will head towards its run chase shortly after the break. So do not go anywhere. Stay tuned. Stay connected.
Match day number 4, Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2 is the venue. And it's the ACC Men's Premier Cup 2024. It's that all-important encounter between Malaysia and Qatar. Wouldn't be wrong in saying it's a must-win for both these sides. And 152 have been posted on the total. 152 is what Qatar needs to win here. Get the very first 2 points to their name. The required run rate is just around 8.5, and they will believe that they have a match in hand. The conditions have been good, and along with me it is Amin Wagle. Amin, what do you think? Conditions in favor of Qatar?
Conditions as well as the situation in favor of Qatar, I believe, and certainly they've come out really strong in this game. Malaysia, on the other hand, have come a little bit under the weather, I feel, because they've put in two very, very good performances against Saudi and as well as against Nepal. The situation or the result not going in their favor against Nepal, but then against Saudi, certainly things were looking really, really good, and you would all of a sudden feel that, yes, of course, the second best team in that group is going to be Malaysia. But then today it's been a different story, a delayed start, an 18-over game, and of course the Qataris did really well with the ball and kept them under some little bit of pressure. Kamran Khan from Qatar will be leading from the front, will be taking strike, and what's really going to be at the back of his mind, or rather he would hope not to be at the back of his mind, is the previous outing. On the other end, it's going to be Saqlain Arshad from Qatar, and he's quite a good striker of the ball as well.
He's a popular figure, Kamran Khan, especially if you're talking about Nepal. Everybody recognizes Kamran Khan, and that is something that he wouldn't want for himself. Virendeep Singh, on the other hand, rather, it's a mistake. I believe it's Pawandeep Singh. It's a left-arm pacer, rather a spinner, and he'll fire it in. Does love to bowl those lovely in-swingers that the left-arm pacer would bowl, and that's the reason the pun was there, the left-arm pacer.
Yes, of course, Pawandeep Singh, brother of Captain Virendeep Singh, into the side. Gets a game again, and he's come up with a couple of dot balls, and of course you can see there's, although when the game started, the wind had gone down, the cloud cover had cleared up, but now all of a sudden on the second half you see that a little bit of grey cloud hovering in the vicinity above the oval number 2, above the oval number 1 as well, and they will want to make use of these conditions. Where the Malaysian bowlers have the skill to do that, only time will tell.
Another thing in their mind will be the DLS. Once again, angling into the right-hander, not giving any room or air whatsoever. That's something that you get with Pawandeep Singh. He's a miser bowler, doesn't like to leak a lot of runs. He's not looking to pick up wickets initially. The objective is to restrict the batsman, and in the process, if he gets wickets, he has a smile on his face.
On the other hand, the Qatari batters, they'll want to prove a point or two here, especially in this tournament. Now they've got the quality, they've got the big hitting prowess, especially their captain Mohammad Tanveer takes so much pride in the way their batters go about their business. Full delivery inside, and straight away statement made by Pawandeep Singh that accuracy will always be rewarded. What a way to get the first wicket, what a way to draw first blood.
That's exactly what Pawandeep has to offer. You miss, I hit. It was the in-swinger once again, swinging into the arc of Saqlain, and his stumps have been castled. Not a great start for Qatar, and Malaysia will have a big smile on their face because Saqlain has departed off the very first delivery without troubling the scorers. And it's first blood for Malaysia. Now, if you look into how the tournament has progressed, for Qatar, it was the very first game where Hong Kong posted 201 runs for the loss of 7. Mohammad Ahnaf will be the batter walking in for the downfall of Sakleen. In the very next game, Nepal posted 210 on the board. So bowling has not been spot on for them. But the positives, in both those games, they were around 175.
Once again, just looking to dart those balls into the right-handers. Making use of the conditions is something that all the teams that have come out here at the Oman Cricket Academy to play this ACC Men's Premier Cup will want to do. Get a little bit of experience in those terms. Keeping it tight, and a very, very good over by Pawandeep Singh comes to an end. Just that single run given, and a fruitful over as a matter of fact with 1 wicket. So 1-1 for 1 Qatar at the moment. Yes, of course, it's going to be Syed Aziz, Syed Mubarak for Malaysia. And he'll be sharing the new ball, so possibly a thing or two for Captain Virandeep Singh out there. He must have noticed his brother Pawandeep Singh just bowl and get a little bit of movement in the air. And straight away he will know only too well that the pace bowlers are going to enjoy the conditions that are on offer.
It is that end, hockey stadium end. Shot and overslips. Wouldn't mind it. Kamran, a boundary to his name.
Good shot here from Kamran, certainly confident. Generating pace off the deck, took him by surprise, takes a big slash at it. So lucky runs though, but then certainly that intent was there to go hard at the bowler. So making a statement or two early, and Malaysia will have to be watchful. They don't have much on board, 151, and the Qataris are still in the mood of creating an upset.
Struck well, and there's a fielder there. What has been different is Syed Aziz, who's generally known for moving the ball, on the very first delivery was looking to generate pace. Possibly that could be because of the factor that he's bowling from the hockey stadium end. The end which has been dispatched, it has destroyed those bowlers. Shot pulled. There is nobody in the deep there. It's a sluggish outfield, and it'll keep the fielder interested. A little bit of a mix-up, but no damage done. Kamran will keep strike with those 2 runs to his name.
Yes, most certainly. Kamran Khan has got his intentions right, and he's been given a good piece of advice by most of his seniors out there in the team, as well as the team management, as to not to let the tempo of the Qatari side down. They really need this win, and he's done well, I guess. He's going to get a couple of runs only for this effort, but the intentions really do make a very, very strong statement that if you give me pace, there's no movement out there, I'm going to hit you for runs, and I'm going to target certain areas of the field where there are no fielders, and it's always going to be fruitful for the Qataris. So a couple of runs here on the third. 6 runs already of 3 balls of the Syed Aziz over. He'll want to make amends.
That's a much better ball. That's a much better ball. He's known for his swinging abilities, and that's what he's brought into play here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. It's a Men's T20 Premier Cup 2024. And what wonderful conditions to play cricket.
Yes, absolutely. Jaffer for delivery, pulling the batter outside the crease, trying to make him dry, trying to make him a little unsure about the conditions out there. And look at that, the front foot cuts hard, gets a little bit of hand onto it, the fielder at backward point, and they've been an excellent fielding side, I hear, the Malaysians.
Yes, they hold on to almost everything that comes their way. They're pumped. Appreciation for Amir, the left-handed opener of Malaysia. It was back off length and it was cut hard, just falling short of Amir, putting his body behind the ball, exactly what the coaches teach you. And it's spot on from Amir here.
So certainly, as you have that saying, that reputation precedes before you come, and then of course they are a good fielding side. You see most of this Malaysian side under the age of 30, really young guns out there representing their national side. 151 for 5 is what they had scored. And in response, the end of the second over, the Qataris have managed 8 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Pavandeep generally likes to bowl 4 overs in a row, and that's slogged and slogged well, just wide of the diving fielder at deep mid-wicket. From the bat of Kamran, he's looking dangerous at the moment. He's making a merry here at the Oman Cricket Academy. It's a very good wicket to bat on. And he did read that Pavandeep will be looking to angle the ball into the right-hander and using that angle to his advantage on this occasion. Kamran is making things happen for Qatar at the moment. Incredible striking right from the meat of the bat. And this time cut on the offside. No runs on this occasion though. There's some good batting from Kamran. He's reading the variations of Pavandeep, who loves to dart the ball in, swinging it into the right-hander.
Yes, certainly some good game sense shown here from Kamran, and he's striking the ball well. A boundary to start the over, and even the previous ball he struck it really hard. Now only time will tell whether Pavandeep can keep it, or rather continues bowling wicket to wicket, or is he going to just err in line and length. Keeps it wicket to wicket, and what a brilliant delivery that is. Left arm orthodox, and then it's always going to get a little bit of purchase off the deck, taking it away from the left-hander on this occasion. Just have a look at that. Bowled well within line, and the ball straightening just slightly a little bit. Goes for the big slog. There is a fielder now stationed at cow corner, so it's only going to be a single, but only makes you go on to notice the intentions of Kamran, and that's to go for the big shots. I think that's his role today.
They're in a hurry here. A lot of urgency from Qatar, although the numbers might not support it. Change in field. There is a short mid wicket that has come into play. It is Vijay Unni. Out of the arc of the right-handed Mohammad Hanif, who's looking to open his account with a big one. And he will open his account or not. It's an overthrow. 2 runs. Unnecessary runs leaked by the Malaysian side. Believe this one's going to be byes, in my opinion.
Yeah, just have a look at that. Just managed to get a little bit onto that, but then not returning the ball to the keeper. The keeper was looking probably somewhere else, or he was probably assessing where the batters were at that particular moment. Just a punt towards the offside. It's not going to be any runs. So one more additional delivery to go in this over. You've been given 2 wides on this occasion.
Mohammad Hanif looking to drive, and there is a cover to protect it. It's a game of cat and mouse at the moment. 3 overs done. Qatar 16 for 1.
Yes, of course, that's what they're playing for, and this is the information that we have, that Nepal are probably a little ahead in that game against Hong Kong, China, so they will be moving on to 6 points. But what's going to be really interesting is the result of this game here. Qatar on 0 points at the moment, but will most certainly, if they manage to register their first win, things can start looking quite interesting, as 4 teams will be jammed at that second spot, or jammed for that second spot. Aziz to continue, hurries Kamran Khan on this occasion. The ball carrying and falling just short of that fielder at mid-on. So a couple of points to each of those 4 teams, and things will be looking very, very interesting. Everything to play for in that last game for all these 4 teams.
They need runs here, Qatar. Making room for himself and not going anywhere is Kamran. Said Aziz will believe that he's missed an opportunity here. Would have wanted Kamran to connect. A half connect could very well have led to his dismissal here. Kamran, he's taken his time. 14 deliveries to his name. He's just got 13. Majority of those runs have come in boundaries.
Yes, of course. And he's, once again, it's just that the reputation that you come up with. He's a hard-hitting batter. Edged, there is no fielder, and that ball will go racing all along that carpet-like fast outfield at oval 2. So Kamran still dealing in boundaries and much needed runs for Qatar. They are on track.
On this time he was steady and just managing to get the outside edge of his bat to that vacant third position. He's got runs, Kamran. Most of them coming in boundaries. He would love to have a look into the process that he's flowing into. Probably a few singles and here could have helped. Shot, pulled. There is protection in the deep, but that will allow them to get 2 to their name. Good running. Some good running here between Kamran and Anaf.
This is something that the Qataris have been doing and should continue doing so. And that's possibly good running between the wickets. You hit in a boundary and then just keep the scoreboard ticking with a few singles and doubles. All of a sudden you notice that the over has become quite expensive, much to the liking of the batters. Deftly guided towards the cover region. I think he slashed it really, really hard. It's a boundary towards that point area. Now Kamran Khan is looking dangerously good at the moment for the Qataris.
10 runs of the over so far with the ball to go. He had 2 fielders on the cut, 1 at cover, and square driven just on the left of that point fielder. Probably he would have loved to have him a little more squarer, but runs are continuing to flow here in the 4th over. Once again, it's on that gap, and it's going to be 4 more to the bat of Kamran. He's in a hurry here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. 4 overs done, 30 for 1, Qatar.
Pawandeep Singh to continue. Big shot, and he's hoiked that. There is a fielder out there in the deep, so only a single. Of course, have a look at those 3 boundaries that came in the last over. The first one was a little bit lucky, outside edge, no fielder out there in the deep. The second one was much more picturesque, deftly guided towards that point region. And the third one, the best of the lot, I feel. Just opens the face of the bat at the very last moment. And excellent, excellent awareness of where the fielders are placed. Trying something similar here. Mohammad Enaf and Kamran are running between the wickets really, really quick.
They've got a hold of this game. 16 of the first 3, 14 of the previous one, and suddenly they're in control of the game. Such as this game of cricket. Changes so quickly. And to control it is Pavandeep, who is bowling his third over. Charged in, and there is a fielder. He's bowling sharp, Pavandeep. What I like about Pavandeep is he's always looking to restrict the batsman from scoring runs, and in the process he gets a wicket or two. He has a smile on his face, never looking to get the batsman out in the first intent.
In the air, and of course he's a tall man, Pavandeep, and yet again, or rather yet, he just does not manage to get a hold onto that. So a bumper of a ball. And look at this reaction of the keeper. I think he's laughing behind those gloves of his.
That was probably one of the easiest catch. And he's a tall lad, not timing his jump to perfection. And look at his reaction. He cannot believe the fact that he's missed on to an opportunity as easy as that. And on the other side, it was his brother backing the ball up. Swept well, and there is the gap between square leg and fine leg. So runs continuing to flow from Kamran's bat. He's looking to deal in boundaries, and he's continuing doing that.
Yes, just that slight opportunity where they could have pulled things back, but then that goes begging. However, Kamran Khan still continues. Look at that, in amazing control of the shots that he's playing at the moment. It's coming off the meat of the blade, and you obviously can have a very, very good day today. Trying to charge down the track, and once again it's a very, very well directed shot. He's found that gap to perfection. A boundary to end the over as well. 5 overs gone, 41 for 1 the Qataris at the moment.
So just when things were in control of Malaysia, previous 2 overs have leaked runs. It started with that 14-run over, and now it is Pavandeep who's leaked as many as 11 runs. So things continuing to flow, and it's the end of the power play. Power play number 2 in action. A little bit of a breather, a relaxing period for the bowlers. 5 fielders in the outfield, little more protection. It's a little gloomy here. Suddenly the grey clouds are hovering over as Vijay Unni comes into the attack. He's one of the miser bowlers, bowls a tight line, keeps firing it in, doesn't like to give a lot of air elevation, and that's where it's very difficult to get underneath the ball.
Yeah, it's still a very, very good field to have for Vijay Unni, especially if you're saying that if he's firing it in, you've got a person at fine leg who's a sort of wideish on that occasion. Cuts it behind point, and that ball will race towards the boundary. What a lightning quick outfield this is at oval number 2. And once again, it's from that bat of Mohammad Enaf now, because he's been looking a little tardy in the proceedings.
He's taken a lesson or two, using the pace of Unni on this occasion, making room for himself and angling it just past the fielder at square. And there's a big gap there. Once again, he's looking to use the pace of the bowler. Not getting the gap on this occasion though. This is intelligent bit of cricket from Qatar. There's a little bit of a drizzle. That vacant space on the leg side will allow them to get to 2. So this is very good cricket. Very, very good cricket from Qatar.
Yes, most certainly. And of course, as everybody has probably noticed, there is a little bit of drizzle, and straight away now it's going to be a little bit of calculative mode. Everybody's mind will go into a little bit of an overdrive as to thinking whether they are doing well in at this particular point in time in the whole context of the game. As far as the DRS is concerned, apologize, DLS, it's just some good weather over here and you're lost for words. On the other hand, a boundary to start the over, a couple of runs, a single here, and I think they're doing really well, the Qataris, at the moment.
I'm not too sure about the DLS stats, but in my opinion, if you're 48, rather make it 49 for one, you've done well to be ahead of DLS. And that's just my opinion. 103 more required in 73 balls. And I believe it is Qatar ahead of the equation at the moment. That was the run-out opportunity. There was a little bit of a mix-up, and that was a very good intent, especially from the wicketkeeper. Throwing it to the wrong end, should have thrown it to the other end, and there could have been a more interesting scenario. I believe it was Kamran at the non-striker's end. Vijay, the carom ball, wide Yorker. And that'll wind things up for him. Another expensive over, 8 runs from it. Very first of Vijay. And Qatar are just one short of 50 for the loss of 1 at the end of 6. No. On screen. Can you give us a DLS passcode on screen? With that, it is Pavandeep who is taking a breather, and it's going to be the captain who's going to be coming in. And immediately he's made things happen. The ball is skied up. There is cover fielder underneath it who is going to be taking it. And there is celebration from Kizar because he's held on to a wonderful catch, considering there are white clouds that are in the background and there will be very, very little visibility. Jamil Bhai walking into the com box and immediately it is a wicket.
Well, that was, I think, badly needed for Malaysia. The batter was going well. This time he tried to sky it over that. Got the outer edge of the bat and a very good catch at the short cover. A very, very valuable wicket for Malaysia. And it was Kamran Khan who 37 of 23 deliveries with the help of West strike rate, 164.37, 7 fours and no sixes. What a brilliant knock he's played.
Virandeep has done the damage. Kizar Hayat was the one to hold on to it. And could this be the reason to be a comeback here into this match for Malaysia? Yes, there are few grey clouds. Mohammad Tanveer, the new batter for Qatar. Mohammad Tanveer, Virandeep Singh, the captain, getting the wicket of the very first delivery. He was precise to be talking at the presentation in the previous match that he's looking to pick wickets. That's his objective. He's one of the top wicket takers of this tournament so far. It's the third game for him. And he's continuing to do what he does best, pick up wickets at regular intervals. Such a brilliant all-rounder, Jamil Bhai.
Absolutely, yes. We were talking about him before also. In the last match he performed with the bat, not of course, but with the ball and the fielding. He was superb, got a couple of catches and got 3 wickets also. This time played it out over to the fielder right on the top of the fielding. That it was just for inches of the ground. One more run to the total. Though the score is quite good at the moment, 51. But there's still a lot of things to be done by Qataris.
Beautifully struck. All along the ground, no chance whatsoever for the fielder at sweeper cover. This was in the arc. It was a little more flighted from Virendeep Singh. He wanted the batter to go downtown, but on this occasion, using the angle to his advantage, just wide of square. And what a wonderful strike. A lusty, powerful strike from the batter. No chance whatsoever. Mohammad Tanveer looks like a strong lad.
Once again played it out nicely out towards the wider long off for the single. Earlier he played a beautiful shot through the covers. He is a very, very good all-rounder. Captain also leading the team from the front.
The only way Malaysia can stay into this game is pick up wickets at regular intervals, and it's already been implemented by Virendeep Singh. What a wonderful over from him. 1 wicket and 7 runs conceded. 56 for 2 at the end of 7, Qatar. That's the Manhattan so far. It's an even Steven contest. Both the teams starting in similar fashion, taking their time. And now 96 required from 66 deliveries. 11 overs to get 96. Majority of those runs, as you see, for Malaysia also came in the later part of their innings. And it'll be interesting to see who will be the batter for Qatar to get majority of those runs if they are to stand a chance in this game and get close to that total, or rather surpass it.
Well, they were trying their best to come up. And it is, I think, the off spinner. It is Mohammad Amir Azmi, left arm, orthodox, on the dot. Good delivery outside the off stump, beaten the batter.
Very close, very close. He's pushing the batter to cut. He's using the crease to his advantage. Amir Azim has just come into the attack. The very first delivery was almost close to the stumps. That's how deep he was bowling. And on this occasion, once again, wide of the wicket. There is no protection. He's happy to be cutting the ball, Mohammad Tanveer, and that's exactly what is earning him boundaries. Is a second one for him in that area.
Yes, and just picked the gap nicely between gully. Placed beautifully open the face of the bat. There's no fielder backing up out. So second boundary for Tanveer in this over.
He has strong wrists, Jamil, by Mohammad Tanveer. Look at the angle that he's creating. This is much better. This is much better to Tanveer. You have to be forcing him to play downtown, straighter. That intent of you miss, I hit is generally successful on this occasion. Missing in line, but not much of a damage that is done here. It could have been very costly for Amir Azim.
Yes, not a good over from him so far. And a good over for Qatar as well, with Tanveer getting 2 boundaries on this over. Mohammad Amir Azim, probably the last ball of his over. And this time swept beautifully. But straight to the fielder at the deep mid-wicket boundary. 1 run results.
So wonderful over from Mohammad Amir Azim. Just 6 runs of it. Comes to an end. 8 overs done. 62 for 2 Qatar. Even Steven contest. It is Qatar who have lost 2. Struck beautifully, straight on the side screen, flat as an arrow. Wonderful strike from this Qatari batter. It was in his arc, and it is against the bowling of the captain of Malaysia.
Beautifully picked it up. Look at that one. Just picked a football from the bat and right from the meat of the bat over the long on boundary for the first maximum.
It's been a tough day for our ground staff. And that's much better. Much better from Virendeep Singh. He needs to be taking the ball out of the arc of these Qatari batters who are really strong and powerful strikers of the ball. They need to be put on thought. They need to be put on a decision here.
Outside the off, turning a bit, beaten. It was a very half-hearted attempt by the batter. Just tried to get himself out. Unfortunately, doesn't get a touch.
This is much better than Veer. Yes, please go.
Goes for the singles right way to take the pressure off. Virendeep is trying to bowl within the stumps. Current run rate is 8.08 and required is 8.78, almost very near to that target which they are looking for.
Shot and put down by Virendeep Singh. He's been kept interested. It is Pawandeep who dropped a catch earlier. On another occasion, Virendeep had a half chance. And on this occasion, it was one of those opportunities which Virendeep, in hindsight, would have felt he should have collected. Once again, using the cut to his advantage. Mohammad Tanveer loves to cut. Another 9-run over, and it's going to be drinks break at the halfway mark of the second innings. Qatar are in equation, 71 for the loss of 2 wickets. It's been a wonderful start by both these sides. Pawandeep was the first one to have the back of Sakleen, who walked back without troubling the scorers. And then it was Qatar, who was always looking to slash and slash hard. They've got a few runs towards the luck. And then some wonderful stroke making, which allowed the runs to progress. Yes, fielding has been top-notch from Malaysia. They've been trying, but it is the attack. And just when things were looking dangerous, it is Virendeep Singh who came into the attack, and Kizar assisted him by picking up that wicket. And ever since that, few opportunities dropped, but the game is still in equation, a balanced equation. It's just a matter of time. 71 for 2 at the moment, Qatar. We do know that Malaysia are a brilliant bowling side, and they are a very good side defending totals. They have a wonderful bowling attack, and they have a lot of options up their sleeve. And that's where it's an even-Steven contest. Just around 80 runs required in the remaining 9 overs. Jamil bhai, who are the favourites?
Currently, the match is hanged in balance at the moment. I believe that the Qatari is looking to be in complete command at the moment, but of course, any wicket at the stage definitely put the pressure on back.
Kamran Khan is the batter who departed. He was looking devastatingly dangerous. And if you look at that worm, Qatar has just, in assistance of those last couple of overs that have been in their favour, just able to go above that worm of Malaysia. It is in this slot where 3 wickets fell in a tandem for Malaysia, and that's exactly what they would want to do with Qatar. It's an even-Steven game. Let's not forget there was a final flourish for Malaysia. That is something that Qatar would be aware of as well.
They really came hard in the last stages of the game. 81 required in 54 deliveries, Qatar. Well, it's manageable total they can get, keeping the wickets in hands. And of course, the way Tanveer is playing, definitely things would have been in favour of Qatar.
The required run rate of 9 is not going to be worrying Qatar. They are strong. That's gone up in the air immediately after the break. This one is not going to be dropped. Virendeep Singh, irrespective of wherever he is in the field, he gets an opportunity. And yes, he was suggesting that the ball is swirling, but this had nothing that enough could allow to be stayed into the field.
Yes, a top edge once again from the batter. Mistimed the shot, top edge and straight into the hands of Virendeep, who took a couple of catches in the last match. Also, it was Mohammad Hanaf who got out 19 of 20 deliveries with a help of 1-4 and 1-6.
What a wonderful catch by Virendeep Singh at covers. It was Anaf who closed the bat, closed the face of the bat, and that's what led to the leading edge. And Virendeep Singh, with the quality of an all-rounder that he is, was never going to be missing onto that opportunity. Amir Aziz, the bowler. He will have to reload that. The batter was not ready for it. He's just come into the attack. Amir Aziz is in a hurry here. We were talking about Malaysia needing to pick up wicket. Very first ball after drinks, Amir Aziz does the trick. And look from where he bowls it, right around the stumps. That's how deep he is bowling.
Well, some bowlers have got that tendency to bowl near the spire or outside the wicket of that one. So he's doing the right thing. Right in the middle of the wicket, he's just trying to bowl. That is giving him the length and the, what you call, comfort in the air.
He has a lot of variations up his sleeve. Especially using the wicket is one of them. Once again, bowling from deep inside the crease. On this occasion, Virendeep will not be able to restrict a single.
Well, that's the right time for Qataris to steal the singles at this moment of the game, where they lost another wicket. Though the target's not that much difficult for them. Just place it out. Nicely bowled by Mohammad Hamid. He's really bowled well, superb. Got a wicket in this over. Just given away only 7 runs. This time played it out onto the onside. Nicely played out to the long on for the single.
Shahzeb has looked good in that small duration that he's been here. All said and done, it's a wonderful over from Amir Aziz, and it's brought Malaysia back into the contest, and right now I believe that Malaysia is just a little ahead.
So as we're talking about, Qatar is really trying to get into this game and put first victory on the point table. This time onto the back foot, cuts well, but the sweeper cover is there for the single.
What a wonderful single from Shahzeb. That's his job at the moment. He needs to make sure that singles are consistently achieved. Pawandeep Singh generally doesn't bowl in this slot. He bowls 4 on the trot in the power play, and just after it, he's bowling slow, really slow.
That was really short and not properly hit by the batter. Could have been a boundary because the batter has got a lot of time to play that ball. He can get the gap which was between cover and extra cover.
Bowling really slow, really slow at the moment. It is Pawandeep Singh. Does realize that he's a very smart thinking bowler, Pawandeep Singh. Bowls in those difficult times. And that is the fielder at sweeper cover. He's been ever interested, ever kept busy from Qatar. Inside edge. He's a tricky customer to deal with, Pawandeep Singh. Always keeps the batter interested with the angle that he generates. Always close to the stumps. And he's always looking to make an impact.
Any bowler who's trying to bowl within his stance where they like to bowl, it's always successful. Look at that one, right in the middle of the wicket. He rightly played it out also nicely at the short mid-wicket. He bowled exceedingly well throughout this inning so far, though in the 1 over he got quite runs on the board, but now it's coming back.
It's a very good time to bowl him as well. The required run rate has just gone over 10. And this is where Malaysia would feel a little comfortable. Fired it in once again, and he will finish off that over in style. Just 5 runs of it. A brilliant over and a brilliant spell as well. 25 runs in his 4 overs and a wicket to his name as well. 11 gone, 79 for the loss of 3, Qatar. And it's a match that Qatar will have to make out of nothing. If you have a look at the Qatar batting lineup, that is how it progressed. Kamran Khan, he was the mainstay who departed courtesy of Virendeep Singh for 37 of 23. And Ahnab was just getting settled as he departed as well, 19 of 20. Mohammad Tanveer and Shahzeb in the middle. Yes, they've taken their time, and now it is time for them to make the impact in the final 7 overs. They need to get going. Immediately a big shot is on offer, and that's going to clear the boundary easily. Deep mid-wicket was the area. Shahzeb, he's getting into the mix of things, and he is making things happen here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2.
Well, we are talking about Ami. He bowled a very good over in the last one. This was really a bad delivery. Very much short and nicely picked it up over to the mid-wicket for the maximum. That's what Qatar is required at the moment. The last couple of overs.
One thing that was allowed him to play that shot is how deep he went into the crease. On the back foot, creating that angle. Yes, it was back of length. It was on the shorter side, but he created further depth. Flighted, driven well, and even the diving Virendeep Singh will not be able to restrict that. That will get Tanveer off strike and bring Shahzeb back onto the strike. He just needs to do that, Tanveer.
A great attempt by the fielder. Certainly saved 2 runs. Beautiful. This is what is required at the moment. Played out once again, out toward the same cover position. But the sweeper comes up, throws it back.
Shahzeb.
Once again onto the back foot. Cuts well beautifully between gully and cover point. 4 runs. Lovely shot.
"13 runs of the over so far, and runs are continuing to flow here. This time from the bat of Tanveer. Cut. He loves to cut. We've seen that probably the 3rd boundary to his name in terms of a cut. And on this occasion, allowing him to sweep. And still the ball goes to the 3rd. Oh, didn't connect. That's the reason. Rahul Asher getting into the mix of things. Alongside him it is Vinay Kumar Jha. Flighted and much better leading edge. That will go into the gap. And that will wrap the 12th over, which was very expensive. As good as 16 runs of it. 95 for the loss of 3 at the end of 12 for Qatar. So those are the options that are available for Malaysia in the remaining 6 overs. Pawandeep Singh, pick of the bowlers, he's bowled out. Probably it has to be Mohammad Amir Azim. Virendeep Singh might also have a role to play. And obviously then the pacers, Syed Aziz, he might considered himself coming into the attack for the final overs. Unni has been spectacular throughout the series. So a lot of options. Wicket apiece for Pawan, Virendeep and Amir Azim. The 3 left arm spinners. And that's how it has been for Malaysia. With that, for the final 6, it's going to be Jamil Zaidi, and alongside that, it'll be Amin Wagle joining in.
Thank you. And the last ball has been played out towards the long on for the singles. So Tanveer has got the card now for Qatar. This time played it out nicely and they go for the quick singles. So singles are coming now. Qatar definitely lead Tanveer to be there till the end of the game. Shahzeb is also playing well, giving him the support which is required from him. This time down the wicket he came. It has been a huge hit to the Mogan boundary for the maximum. But this maximum, came. The moment you came, they hit a maximum.
Yes, of course, and what a way to welcome me into the comm box. And Shahzeb is always going to be interested in going for the long ball here and punishing balls that have to be punished is always going to be key. At this occasion, another big shot, this time towards the cover region. It's aerial, and Pawandeep will be interested in stopping that, and I believe he's done well. So a couple of runs here for Shahzeb. The umpires will have a look at it, and it's a very crucial juncture of the game at the moment where Mohammad Tanveer, the captain, as well as Shahzeb, will be looking to go for those big shots.
It was nicely played once again, bowled as well. Then an appeal for stumping, but it was not there. The rush of blood for the wicket-keeper. So Qatar is now inching toward the target they're talking about, especially Tanveer is doing a great job, so as Shahzeb.
He's just trying and hurrying through the overs as quickly as possible. This one's been deftly guided in between the gap. It's only a single, but what's good to note over here, quite a few runs have come off this. 15 runs as a matter of fact, or rather 11 runs as a matter of fact in this Virandeep over. 13 gone, 106 for 3 Qatar.
It's a very good contest in between now. Live from Oman Cricket Academy, Turf 2. Sponsors we have. Pulled beautifully once again, but it is into the hands of the deep wicket fielder. So a very valuable wicket for Malaysia.
Just when you think that the Qatari batters are managing to get a hold of things out here in this game, trying to edge back into the game, and the Malaysian bowlers with their tardy line and length, with the tight bowling that they are well known for, pluck another wicket out of nowhere. And have a look at that. In the air for quite a bit amount of time against those grey clouds. Shawan does well. Vijay Unni striking for Malaysia on this occasion. So Shahzeb Jamil Ahmed walks out for 24 of 17 deliveries. He managed to hit 2 maximums in that handful innings of his. Vijay Unni grabs another one, 106 for 4.
Once again, the match comes in the balance at the moment between Qatar and Malaysia. It is Mohammad Irshad who came in now. Shahzeb was playing well, but he was caught right onto the middle wicket area. It's Tanveer now who has most of the say in this game so far. Being the captain of Qatari team, he has to be there till the end.
Does bulk of the scoring for this Qatari side, Mohammad Tanveer, and he's had a good series with the bat, managing to be the saving grace in both games that this side has played. Cuts it beats the fielder. The ball will race towards the boundary. It's a lightning quick outfield on this oval number 2. Tanveer collects 4, and how?
Beautifully played. Look at the timing. Just cuts fiercely through the waiting fielder at the deep gully. But finally got 4 runs. He played some awesome shots throughout this inning so far. Especially cuts are absolutely with full force, full from the bait of the bat. Very good cricket, very good cricket. Just go for the singles. That's what the time is required for Qatar to do. Looking for the singles and looking for some odd boundaries to get through the target.
Yes, certainly in these 4 deliveries they've managed to collect 6 runs, courtesy that one good boundary. With the asking rate just a shade above 9, he's going for the big shot. 1 bounce only, but intentions are clear from Mohammad Tanveer as well as Mohammad Irshad, and they'll need a few more of these.
Right time now to come quickly on that. Look at that, he tried to heave it over the cow corner, but doesn't quite hold of it, just fell down just in front of the fielder, managing to get only 1 run. This is once again cut straight to the hands, but no runs have been scored. So end of over number 14, it is 113 for 4, Qatar.
That's the worm here, and of course Qatar at the moment just slightly above that black line there, which was the Malaysian innings. 39 runs needed of 24 balls, and in all logic, if you ask any cricketer or any proud batter, he would say that he would be most likely to get that. But what you need to be keeping in mind is the tardiness and the wiliness, rather the craftiness of the Malaysian bowlers. Are they going to come into play? Are they going to spoil this party that the Qataris are having at the moment?
I think if you must have remembered the match against Saudi Arabia, they just snatched from the hands of Saudi Arabia. So let's see how they'll come back. But currently, things look to be in the favor of Qatar, especially the captain Tanveer playing a splendid part for his team now. And I'm sure all the team will be looking at him to get through this first match and some points on the table.
Yes, it's going to be really, really critical here, because on the other ground, of course, Nepal just slightly edging past Hong Kong, China. And out here in this particular game, it's going to be a very, very crucial juncture, because Malaysia and Qatar, Malaysia already with that win for themselves, Qatar still looking for their first win. And with all the teams having played 3 matches and only 1 win, with Qatar joining that traffic jam, it's going to be very, very interesting. Out there still in the middle, captain Mohammad Tanveer, boy, how hard is he going to be batting today? So much pressure on his able shoulders. Mohammad Irshad will also be under immense pressure, trying to make some sense out of this innings, of this run chase. 151, that means 152 is what's needed of this. 113 already gotten. Just 4 overs remaining in this game.
9.75 runs required per over from here on. And Mohammad Wafiq. And he just pulled it away. Took the top edge of the bat, but fell just in front of the square leg fielder. But managed to get only a single.
Yes, of course, from here onwards, I think they should be looking to get Mohammad Tanveer on strike for maximum of these deliveries, of these remaining 35 deliveries. He's been in immense hitting form. Some of the shots that he played, even against Nepal, even against the other teams, Hong Kong, China, as a matter of fact, were absolutely crucial and wonderful. Look at that, he's picked it up off his legs. It's going, gone, and he's dispatched that delivery out of the ropes. 6 runs here for Mohammad Tanveer.
Magnificent shot. Perfect timing. Just couple of seconds he took that one. Look at that one. Just go back a bit, right from the meat of the bat, over the square leg boundary for the maximum, much needed maximum for Qatar. And Tanvir is doing what we were talking about it. So 6 welcome runs for Qatar. Closing the gap. Moves down to 32. Not a good delivery from Wafiq. This time he tried to cut and cuts well, but straight to the field at the deep third man. So now things looks to be very, very contested at the moment between Qatar and Malaysia. Currently the run rate required is 8.86 after that maximum from Tanvir.
It's always going to be crucial, and especially when you go for a maximum on the very second delivery of the over, Wafiq will be under pressure. Irshad now trying to charge down the track, kept it skillfully away from the right-hander. Wafiq does well. Just a little bit of information on that match that just concluded on oval number 1. Nepal have won that contest with Hong Kong, China, and they've won by 8 wickets. So most certainly they'll be leading that Group A table with 3 wins in 3 matches. So just a sense of things here. They'll be looking with the corner of an eye towards the other oval.
That was a full toss, played it out towards the mid-off. Yes, they have done superbly, Nepal so far. Complete all-rounder side they have got. They have got a record also in their kitty. That was 6 sixes in over.
9 runs in this over, and then of course you can see at the bottom of your screens the required run rate creeping up whenever there's a dot delivery. Big shot, picked it up once again, it's high, the fielder interested, and yes, of course he's going to be taking it. What a turn of events here. The fielder in immense pain, but then it's going to be some sweet pain here for the Malaysian side, because Mohammad Tanvir, the captain, would be heading back into the dugout if this has been taken cleanly. Have a look at that.
Well, absolute brilliant effort from the fielder at deep mid-wicket. Umpires surely must have to look at whether it's been taken cleanly or not. But if this could be the end of Tanvir, definitely it will be a very, very crucial blow for Qatar. Right time, I think you're heading back to the dugout. Mohammad Tanvir played a superb knock of 33 of 24 deliveries with a 6 and 4 fours. Strike rate of 137.50. But at a very crucial stage, the wicket of Mohammad Tanvir.
Yes, most certainly. So 15 overs have gone, 122 for 5 Qatar at the moment. Untimely wicket, and out walks Himanshu Rathod. Vijay Unni on his very first delivery gets a little bit of treatment in the air for a fair bit amount of time. Irshad now has the onus of going for the big shots. Himanshu Rathod is a decent bat as well. 29 of 17 deliveries, and it's still game on. I think Malaysia will have to hold their nerve.
Definitely, it will be a do-for-die situation. For Qatar especially, they don't have any point on the table. This time outside the offer stump. Every dot ball will really increasing the run rate required for Qatar.
At this stage of the innings and at this juncture of the match, probably the run rate would not be important. This is going to be important, and that's conceding extras each and every run conceded will be crucial. Each and every big shot will be crucial. Each and every dot ball shall add to the pressure of the batters. Worked away towards the onside. They look for two here. Are they quick between the wickets? No, they are not. This is extremely poor running here from the Qatari batters. They should be looking to get two or convert those singles into twos on every occasion possible.
Absolutely. What the time is required to go for the singles and doubles. Make the one. Look at that one. Picked it up nicely out towards the fine leg. But there was a fielder behind it. But they couldn't manage to get only one. This was over to the head of the bowler. But I'm sure the weight is fading there at the deep mid-off for one more single. Now I think each over must need a boundary at this juncture.
A boundary at this juncture would only mean that Malaysia is down and out of this competition as far as this match is concerned. 3 runs, or rather 4 runs already in this over. Deftly guides that behind. Himanshu Rathore will keep strike in the next over. Just one more delivery remaining. 5 runs of this over. Just one boundary needed and Qatar will have to restart believing in themselves.
The moment we said it was a bad delivery and brilliantly played for the maximum over the mid-wicket boundary. That's what we are talking about. So a good over for Qatar. It is 16 overs gone.
Have a look at that. Immediately responding. Irshad just backing himself to go and clearing the ropes. The 6 will certainly make sure that Qatar head into the penultimate over of this innings in a very, very comfortable position. 16 gone, 133 for 5 as the Kuwaiti players also out there going through their routines, going through their warm-ups. They'll be up next. And they'll be up next against a very, very good side as well. Looking to make some headway into the tournament is also going to be Saudi Arabia.
So one more, played it out towards the deep square leg and they go for the quick 2. That's what's required at the moment by Qataris, making the singles into 2s. That definitely give them clothing to the total they are looking for. 133 now. Required 19 runs of 12 balls. Not a big issue at the moment.
Penultimate over and a very, very important over. Mohammad Wafiq, who has just bowled 1 over in this entire innings. 1 for 10 is what he has returned with. Under the pump, under pressure. Big shot in the air. The fielders interested. 2 of them rather. Falls just short. So it's only going to be a single. Now where these 2 batters need to be focusing right now is to discuss amongst themselves as to who should be taking the risks from here onwards, and I believe it should be Mohammad Irshad on this occasion because he's been out there for 8 deliveries. He's seen Mohammad Tanveer hit a few balls out of the park. He's had a word with him. So only logic will say that you need to back the better batter. Big shot once again. He's picked it up off his pads. It's high, it's mighty, and the fielder will only be a spectator. It's a big, big maximum and an important 6 in the context of the game.
Once again, it was a very bad delivery, too much short, and he has all the time in the world to play it on to the mid-wicket for the maximum. What a strike from the batter at this moment of the game. They're just closing the score, 142 now. Only 10 runs required of 9 balls, and hopefully Qatar might put a number of points on the total.
Yes, they're looking for those first 2 points. They're looking to claw back into the competition, into the scheme of things, trying a little bit extra. And no, he shall not get past that fielder behind the stumps. Disappointed with himself, dejected, Mohammad Irshad will concede strike to Himanshu Rathore, who will have 2 deliveries to his name to try and make a difference. Just a couple of hits away from registering their first victory in this tournament. And boy, what a turn of events here. This match has seen this game turn in both ways, just like a seesaw.
Well, the bowling of Wafiq really makes the difference for these two. Once again, picked it up beautifully. It's high in the air, but stayed to the fielder and tipped it on. So this is a very fruitful over for Qatar. 2 maximum in this over, definitely bring them back into the game.
What do you do from here onwards? Mohammad Irshad on strike on the very last delivery of this over. The penultimate over. 8 runs needed of 7 balls. Do you want to be keeping more runs towards the last over? Do you want to finish it off in this over itself? A maximum here, and Qatar are surely going home happy. A single over here, and definitely things will be looking tight in the last over. What's it going to be? Wafiq steaming in, plays it towards the cover boundary, towards the point boundary. A couple of runs surely here for Mohammad Irshad, and yes, he's going to get it done. Overthrows, are they up for the taking? Fumble, everything is happening here. And yes, of course, they're going to be taking 3 runs. What absolute scenes out there in the middle at the Oman Cricket Academy at oval number 2. Mohammad Irshad on the very last delivery picks up 3.
Well, what a fumble it is, and what time it was for Qatar and Malaysia itself. Look at that one. He stopped the ball, throwed it back. Once again, fumbling from the fielder itself. Look at that one. Wicketkeeper doesn't come down into the hands of a wicket-keeper behind it, but he also fumbled it. And what a magnificent running by these 2 batters for Qatar. Bring back them into the attack. Now only 5 runs needed of 6 deliveries. 17 overs gone, 147 for 5, Qatar.
Last over, Captain Virandeep Singh takes things into his hands, and no, what have you done, Mohammad Irshad, charging down to a bowler of the quality of Virandeep Singh. Mohammad Irshad perishes, stumped, and what a turn of events once again in this game.
Well, rush of blood, absolutely, no need for that. He just came down before the ball was delivered, and good work done by the wicketkeeper. He was yards away from the wicket. What an important wicket for Malaysia. Mohammad Irshad just stumped by Nazmu's bowled Virandeep for 22 of 12 deliveries with 2 maximums. What a blow to Qatar.
Most certainly, and rush of blood is probably the right phrase. Inexperience as a matter of fact. Mohammad Irshad would have closed out this game on any given occasion. However, this was the occasion they would have actually wanted to do it. How can the game be changed from here? Virandeep Singh is a champion bowler. He can bring Malaysia back into this game.
He has done it before also in the last match. If you remember, Malaysia versus Saudi Arabia. He got a couple of wickets. This guy and Budika, who has now been there, he has to hold in nerves and go for the singles. Easily can be taken. Himanshu is there, though he's the senior partner. 6 balls.
Yes, of course. Look at that field for the left-hander. You've got a cow corner. Big shot down the ground. It's high in the air. The fielders will try and get underneath it, but no, it's not. Hero for the day, Gayan Budika, the left-hander, making it count on the very first delivery that he has faced. Virandeep Singh has been hit for a 6, and that would only mean that Qatar register 2 points in that points table.
Absolutely, they were barely looking for this, and what a way to get it. Look at that one they just picked it up right from the middle of the bat over to the long off boundary for the maximum and bring victory for Qatar. Finally, Qatar put 2 points on the table. And of course, now both the teams except the top of the top one got 2 each.
Yes, absolute scenes here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Qatar have won this game by 4 wickets. Look at that batting card here, Kamran Khan. And he's come back into this tournament after going for 6 sixes against Nepal in that last over. But look at that performance, 37 of 23. Saklen Arshad didn't contribute much. He was done over by Pawandeep. Mohammad Ehnaf contributed 19. Mohammad Tanveer, the captain, then during the middle stages, steadied the ship for Qatar. 33 of 24 for him. Shazeb, 24. Irshad, 22 for 12. And I think he's been the hero, keeping calm, keeping cool, and hitting the big shots whenever it mattered. Himanshu Rathod stayed steady, but of course, for the highlights package, it's going to be that last shot by Gayan Budika, who hit that big maximum to seal things and seal proceedings. The bowling card, of course, one man obviously stands out. Virandeep Singh adding 2 wickets to his tally, already the leading run scorer, and now 2 more. Vijay Unni, Pawandeep Singh, Mohammad Amir Azim and Mohammad Wafiq Irfan all picked up a wicket each, but then it's going to be that economy rate that's going to put Pawandeep Singh in that second slot as the second best bowler. 6 extras in that bowling effort. 153 is what they managed, and then of course they managed to change or chase the target. The first wicket, Pawandeep striking in the very first over. Saklen had to walk, and that was courtesy some good bowling by Pawan. The ball was certainly doing plenty in that first few overs. Lucky boundaries, overslip, but then a spot of quality as well, meeting the ball halfway down the track, some big hits. However, this one was probably a wicket, and it was safely pouched. Virandeep Singh then introduced himself into the attack, picks up that wicket, but then the other bowlers went for plenty. Lot of runs being scored square of the wicket, as well as down the ground, some towering sixes against those grey clouds. And Qatar was never out of this chase, but then the wickets kept falling at regular intervals, and that's when you might have actually thought that the Qataris might be in a spot of bother. Just like that, a few shots holding out as well, but then some good shots, making sure that they were well aware of the field placements. The Qataris inched closer and closer to that target. The wicket still kept falling, but the big shots also kept coming, just like that. In the end, Mohammad Irshad then hitting a few, or rather a couple of big blows towards the deep mid-wicket region. However, perishing in that very last over, just to make things a little bit interesting, outwalked Gayan Budika and said, hang on there, I am here, and I will ensure that my team secures a couple of points. That's the match summary. Malaysia in their 18 overs, this was a rain-curtailed game, 18 overs a side game, 151 for 5 is what Malaysia managed, 38 for Ahmed Faiz, 30 for Amir Azim. The rest of the batters also contributed a bit. Himanshu Rathod, a couple of wickets to his name. He's been amongst the wickets in this tournament. 1 and 1 wicket apiece for Gayan Budika and Mohammad Ikramullah. In response, Qatar certainly made this a very, very good chase. 153 for 6 with just 4 balls to spare. At the end of the day, of course, that's the bottom line. Qatar won this game by 4 wickets. We'll head for a short break, but then of course stay tuned, because the next match on this Oman Cricket Academy Oval 2, Turf 2, it's going to be Kuwait taking on the likes of the Kingdom of Bahrain, and it's going to be an exciting contest out there in the center. We'll head for a short break. On the other hand, or rather on the other side of this particular break, it's going to be the presentation with Pranav Mehta. Do stay tuned, stay connected.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the post-match presentation of the ACC Men's Premier Cup 2024. Before we begin, we would like to thank Asian Cricket Council and Oman Cricket Association for hosting this wonderful T20 cricket tournament in the heart of Muscat. To thank our partners, official streaming partner India, Fancode, official broadcast partner Nepal, Kantipur TV, official partners Dafa News, 1xBat, Babu 88 Sports, commercial partners TCM. In the 12th league match of the tournament, Qatar have defeated Malaysia. Yes, the first win for Qatar in this tournament, and that was by 4 wickets. I would first like to call in the captain of the losing side, Virandeep Singh. It's drizzling. Virandeep, a quick question. What do you think of the match in a very short way?
Not enough runs. I think the innings that I played, especially, I think I take responsibility for this loss because I think it was too slow. I think run the ball is not acceptable on these sort of wickets, and no matter what the conditions are. So yeah, I think I should have done better. But anyway, credit to the way Faiz batted. I think Faiz showed his class, and I think even Amir Azim gave a good start. But yeah, I think not enough runs on the board. Just can't blame the bowlers all the time. So I think it's time for us to score more runs.
I will not be able to talk a lot to you. It's drizzling, and I will see you later. That was Virandeep Singh, the captain of the losing side, Malaysia. The captain of the winning side is next, Mohammad Tanveer. Tanveer, फिर से बारिश हो रही है. माफी चाहता हूं, ज़्यादा बात नहीं कर पाऊंगा. क्या लगता है आपको? पहली विन है, कितना कॉन्फिडेंस देगी है?
माशाल्लाह से हम ट्राई तो पहले 2 मैचों में से ही कर रहे थे, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली 1-2 ओवर जो है हमें भारी पड़ गया था. लेकिन अब ये कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्ट करेगा हमारे लड़कों को. इंशाल्लाह हमारा जो एक मैच है, इंशाल्लाह उसको भी जीतने की फुल कोशिश करेंगे.
एक फाइनल क्वेश्चन, बिलीव करते हो क्वालिफाई हो जाओगे?
इंशाल्लाह उम्मीद है. उम्मीद तो कभी भी नहीं छोड़नी चाहिए, तो इंशाल्लाह उम्मीद है.
Best of luck, Tanveer.
Thank you.
Tanveer, the winning captain. With that, I would like to call in the person who matters the most, Mr. Salim Shahid, who is going to be presenting the man of the match. And man of the match is none other than Himanshu Rathore for his 2 for 22. What a wonderful bowling effort was it from Himanshu Rathore. Congratulations. Words with you. How was it bowling in the middle?
Well, to be honest, I've been doing well in the last couple of games and I tried to keep the runs under contain. And during this game, there were some foot marks from one of the fast bowlers, and I varied my hits a bit. And when I was getting a good turn of the wicket, I knew I could control it even in a much more very much confident. My previous performances, as I said, so I backed myself, and this was a must-win game for us, and it was really important that one of us steps up. Hafiz ji, Tanveer bhai has done in the last 2 games, and it was someone from the bowling department that was needed to come and show that we can restrict the opponents at a low score as well.
Congratulations, Himanshu. I would love to talk more with you, but it's pouring, as you see. We will catch up with you. Congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
The man of the match for the match, Himanshu Rathore. With that, it's thank you from us. It's pouring in. The next match is Kuwait versus Bahrain. It's going to be starting in moments to go. Do not forget, you can tune in to Fancode from India, Kantipur TV in Nepal, and obviously the fantastic ACC page on our YouTube channel for all the live action here from the Oman Cricket Academy. Thank you.